Some dope addicts are here.
Carla and Holiday was worried. But he's fine.
He's just fine. Why would people immediately assume, because we're playing a Rod Stewart song, that he's passed? We play lots of songs first thing in the morning without people. I mean, seldom do we play one when somebody has died.
Huh? When they die.
We do, but I mean, not very often. It doesn't happen very often.
He's fine.
He's fine.
Yeah.
It's because
on this day, actually yesterday, Rod Stewart, it was announced he's going to be getting a Lifetime Achievement Award
from the Rod Stewart Foundation. No?
The 2025 American Music Awards.
Oh. Yeah. I like that song. I was just looking at the video. I'd forgotten. Mike Mazurki is the gangster guy in that video. And he's a guy who played gangsters in hundreds of movies.
In everything.
Yeah. And he said, you know what? After I did that video, I got more recognition than I ever got from any of my movies.
I just posted that video if you want to look at it.
And I was really hot for Kay Lenz. I thought she was.
Is that the model in it?
Yeah, that's the young. She was in a bunch of movies. She was in a movie. Well, that doesn't matter.
I watched the video, and it's ridiculous.
Yeah. Kind of based on Rear Window by Alfred Hitchcock.
I do like 80s Rod Stewart, but in the video I'm watching it and I'm like, is that Jeff Beck? So I look.
Yeah,
and
he's playing the guitar in the song.
Which is kind of funny because I don't think of that song as being a very, like, if you have Jeff Beck, don't you use him a little more?
It's not a really, well, I mean, there is a guitar solo in there.
There is.
But it's not, it's, I don't know. I was sort of surprised.
Jeff Beck was not the point of the song.
But if you have Jeff Beck, you highlight that.
They were pals, He said, you want to sit in? Oh, yeah. Do I get to meet Kay Lenz? Yeah, you do. Okay, I'll be there.
I'll be there.
Okay, Lenz.
And there were other birthdays today. So it's Biggie's birthday, but there's the Biggie Diddy stuff, and I just didn't want to go there.
Yeah.
I don't ever even want to hear you say Biggie Diddy again. It's the Biggie Diddy.
It's the Biggie Diddy.
You notice I avoid calling him that, and when I do this story,
it's Sean. Combs.
Sean Combs.
Yeah.
It's Mr. Combs. It's Sean, but because changing his name to Puff and Daddy and Diddy was stupid.
So his mansion in California is for sale for $63 million.
Whose mansion? Mike Mazurki's?
No, Sean Combs. And nobody wants to touch it, as you can imagine, because ew.
Well, wait a minute. What's the price again?
$63 million.
That's more the reason nobody's buying it.
But I even think if it was,
Gina, if it was $10,000,
someone would buy it.
Yeah, I mean, somebody would buy it. Or if it had a Swiss Family Robinson themed room in it.
We have one of those here in Utah. And nobody wants it.
Yeah. I like those Rod Stewart songs from that era. Mm-hmm. He was.
Was that on vinyl, Carrie?
Yes. That's why I picked it.
He's just good. He's just good. He does an excellent job with all of the stuff he does, and it's funny that he has such a weird gravelly voice that you wouldn't think of him as Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I like 80s Rod Stewart, but I also like 70s Rod Stewart.
Yeah, Rod Stewart and Jeff Beck were in a band together.
Faces.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The best
previously Small Faces.
Young Turks.
Yeah, I like this one.
The best part of Do You Think I'm Sexy is at the end when he goes, That's the best part? That's the best part of that song.
Do You Think I'm Sexy is a rotten song.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to dig up some 80s Rod Stewart.
I think Young Turks it sort of sounds like Bruce Springsteen.
Here we go.
Let's see what you got. What do you got?
Don't know.
Oh, I do know. What is it? Ah,
I
Right
don't.
there,
I don't know
Baby
that song.
Jane. That's
Yeah.
it,
I don't know that song.
Let's see. Here you go.
some guys have all the luck.
In your 80s Rod Stewart.
Did he do the?
Huh?
Did he do the Bob Dylan song "Forever Young" in the 80s?
Yeah.
It was was that Clapton?
No, Rod Stewart. It's a Bob Dylan.
It's
song.
a Dylan song. Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, that was Clapton.
This is not a good song.
No, no,
It was a hit, though. It was a hit. All right. Well,
Is that it?
he's fine. He's
yeah,
just fine.
Rod is fine.
He's just fine.
He's wealthy.
And now,
No, it's not and now.
Not-
it
what?
was.
this has been Farting Around with Carrie, Bill, and Gina on X96, Radio from Hell.
You betcha. We'll take a break now, and then we'll come back, and you can check in with us. 877-602-9696. 877-602-9696. That's the number to call. Check in. Say hi. We like to hear from you in the morning. You can also text us at 33986. We will take a break, enjoy our Mill Creek coffee, and I don't see what do I have. I have French roast today.
Tanzania.
And we'll enjoy the Mill Creek coffee, and then we'll come back and check in with you.
All right. We'll be back after these. RenaissanceRanch.com.
Well, if you or someone you love is struggling with addiction to drugs or alcohol, Renaissance Ranch is a program that you can count on for help. They're a local family-owned addiction treatment center. The program designed for male patients specifically, and they're staffed by recovering addicts at Renaissance Ranch who have great empathy for your plight or your loved one's plight because they've been there. They understand the addiction cycles. Help is out there with Renaissance Ranch. They combine evidence-based clinical research and a judgment-free, faith-based healing approach. And they have a lifetime guarantee, which I think is unique, meaning that if somebody completes the program, graduates the program, and then relapses, you can come back through the program free of charge at Renaissance Ranch. RenaissanceRanch.com is where you go. You'll find compelling success stories, and you can schedule a free consultation. They do accept most private insurance plans and Medicaid at Renaissance Ranch.
986.
All right, let's get this over with.
All right. Just to start your morning off right, new Trump vaccine policy limits access to COVID shots.
Because why would we want people to get them?
Yeah. I just about can't take it anymore.
Yeah.
Have you had it up to here?
Way past there. Way past. I know someone who's moving to Portugal.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
Way to go, Bill.
But this headline staring me in the face.
Well, listen, it's okay when Republicans bitch about Democrats. That's fine. You can fill up the airwaves with that.
This is
It's just you have to be careful. You have to be more cautious.
me, Big Beautiful Bill.
Big beautiful Bill.
Oh,
has to,
can you be
now
Big
see,
Beautiful
look.
Bill
Big
now?
Beautiful
See, now
Bill.
he snuck that in there, and
That's me.
that's again being divisive because
Big Beautiful Bill. That's me, Big Beautiful Bill. Big Beautiful Bill. That's me right
listen,
now.
you're being hostile now,
Oh,
and
God help me. God help me.
Should we start the show?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Click it or ticket. Remember to buckle up your loved ones every trip, every seat, every age. A message by the Utah Department of Public Safety. Visit clickit.utah.gov.
The moon is
Come on, you can do it.
39.0% of full. It's a waning crescent moon. The next moon set, it looked really cool in the sky this morning. The eastern sky was just starting to lighten up with the sun, and the moon was there, and it was just beautiful. The moon will set today at 2:27 p.m. Today being Wednesday, it's the 21st day of May in the year of our Lord Jesus Christ, 2025. It's National Waiters and Waitresses Day. Please tip your servers, damn it.
yes,
It's International Tea Day. Perhaps you'd fancy a cuppa.
A spot?
Spot of tea. Somebody just handed me this note yesterday to remind me that it's National Memo Day today. So, and it's
I didn't get that.
yeah. Well, somebody handed me a memo. I'm sorry you didn't get one. It's Talk Like Yoda Day. Please,
No,
please don't. And it's End of the World Day. An American radio host and then president of the Family Radio Christian Network, a man named Harold Camping, warned the world of the approaching apocalypse, as per the Bible. He claimed that the rapture and judgment day would occur on May 21st, 2011.
Well, that didn't happen.
The day Christians would ascend to heaven. Gina, they're gone.
Oh, they left?
They left.
It feels like they're still around.
It worked. No, they're gone. We're left here. It's just us.
that guy's still here though.
Yeah, he is.
The guy who made the prediction.
Harold Camping. And this is an all-new edition of the Radio from Hell show, starring the Lords of Morning Radio. It's Kerry Jackson right there, putting on his work hat. I'm Big Beautiful Bill. That's Gina Barberi over there. Katie for short is our producer. We have, who's in there helping out? Oh, is that Alex? Alex? Yeah, Alex. Hi, Alex. Alex is in there helping out.
Tanner?
And
It's Tanner.
Huh?
It's Tanner.
I don't know any Tanner. And we have the dog is in there as well, Vax. Yeah. So now we go to your check-ins. If you've mind to do them, somebody call and cheer me up. 877-602-9696. That's the number to call the Radio from Hell show and check in if you'd like.
I have a little song for National Tea Day, but it'll get us kicked off YouTube.
Oh, was it worth it?
How about if I put it in the drops? It plays.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's that's
I'll
a
put
good
it.
idea.
I'll put it in the drop place, and not the whole song, but enough of it
A song for National
National
Tea
Tea Day.
All right.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Sketchy Blake of Ogden checking in from Dallas. Let's see. Hello from Chris, listening while working at Orem Walmart. Mixer driver Shane checking in from Orem. Stay care. Vinegar will clean up baby oil.
Oh, okay.
All right.
That's a ditty thing.
Is that a ditty thing?
Sean Combs.
So we need a Costco-size container of vinegar
Yeah.
to clean up the Costco-size container of baby oil. Let's see. Jocelyn here from Sandy. I went to the spaghetti by the bucket place once.
Yeah. And?
Gee, I can't imagine why they didn't last long. Of course, this is text. I'm just inferring that
That
she's
could
being
be
sarcastic.
I can't imagine.
She
why
doesn't have her
it'd be-
sarcasm font on, so I don't know.
Anybody who ever went to spaghetti in the bucket or whatever, by the bucket, was it? Yeah. Please, we want to know what that experience was like. Call us, 877-602-9696.
Perry City listener checking in went to the twins' kindergarten graduation. I may or may not have gotten a little emotional with it being our last kindergarten graduation.
So cute.
And twins.
Let's see. My uncle made an emergency landing and threw Rod Stewart off a plane for having a foot fight. Oh, a food fight, sorry. Foot fight's more
Really?
interesting. Zane of Dallas checking in. Get on the infatuation trolley for must-goes. Yeah, we do have things that must go coming up, and we could always use more.
Oh, and we are doing another X poll today.
Yes.
All of our doctors are busy today. We don't have people or animal doctors today.
Yes. All right, let's go to Chuck.
Hi, Chuck in Tooele. Hi, how are you?
Yes, I'm doing all right.
Okay.
I was just wondering something.
Yeah.
If Earth is the third planet, it's not all the countries third world countries.
You're breaking up a little there, Chuck. We couldn't hear
Can you say it again?
Try that
please?
again.
I said I was just wondering if Earth is the third planet. It's not all the countries on Earth third world countries.
I'm not.
Having a hard time hearing you, Chuck.
Are you asking Chuck what other country might be worth going to?
No, like they're saying third world countries, and I'm wondering if Earth is the third planet.
Third planet.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
If
yeah.
Earth is
Okay,
the third
if
planet,
Earth, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's all the world, it's all the planets, all the countries on Earth, not third world countries.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Because the Earth is the third planet from the sun, then all the countries on Earth are third world countries.
We're third world
Thank you,
countries.
Fred.
Okay, we got
There
that.
I got you.
Thank you very much.
We got there.
Thank you, Chuck.
Thank
it's
you,
an
Chuck.
interesting observation.
Yes.
Please never call us again.
No, you're good, Chuck.
No, that was a good check.
Just kidding.
Thank you.
We're a little slow. We haven't had
We got it.
our coffee.
See you
yet,
later.
so thank you, Chuck. Took us a minute, but he dragged us there, by God. Let's see. Rod Stewart, more like Rock Stewart.
Oh, yeah, and Rod Stewart's Forever Young is not Bob Dylan's Forever Young. It's a different song.
Different song.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Mike in Nashville checking in. Meet Patty.
Meet Patty.
Jeff Beck was not in the Faces. Rod Stewart was in the Jeff Beck group.
Oh, okay.
Ivan and Michael here checking in. Kilroy was here checking in from the most pleasant of groves. Emmett the Pool Guy checking in. Keychain Steve from Rochester checking in. Some guys have all the luck, still creeps me out because of that one Twilight Zone episode in the reboot.
Okay.
Government worker Dale here. I still have a job. For now.
Every day you wonder.
Bus driver Troy, Mikel of Reno, Rye from Orem, Sparky, Johnny B., Meshach of Erda, Kira and Andy, Patrick, Dr. Neil, Bay Area Mixer, Midvale's Rousdower, Maggie May checking in. Let's see, Woodworker Willie, Chef Roy. Looks like everybody's here, so let's go.
Okay.
Everybody's. I didn't see Right Wing Wade in there anywhere. But if he did check in, he would probably be saying everything's moving well, because that's what I'm seeing on the roads. What are you seeing? Let us know. Text us 33986.
All right, Lisa Alice Lilly from Spanish Fork, Meg the Musician, Rose Park Sydney, Tracy, Wendover Karen, Teacher Aaron. All right.
Sounds good.
Let's advance, shall we? Coming up after these messages and a song, it's some big boy news, and Frank Christ presents our Dead Celebrity Game. We'll explain how to play and what you'll win coming up.
Don't miss a single moment of the radio.
all morning, and anticipation is high. The house lights will soon be dimmed, and the stage lights will illuminate the game show stage as we begin to play Beat Nick.
Oh.
I'm your announcer, Johnny Ola, and now a word from the American Meat Institute on why that pork you eat tastes so good and does so much good for you. Take a Boston butt, for instance.
Okay.
It's delicious, nutritious, and economical, too. Every tasty bite of that butt is rich in complete high-quality protein, food iron, and B-group vitamins. All meat is. Pork is especially good source of B1 vitamins, essential for growth, good appetite, and healthy nerves. And pork is easily digested, so easily that it's used in many baby foods. So enjoy pork often. Enjoy its tasty goodness. Enjoy the good nutritional health that all meat helps maintain. That's today's word from the American Meat Institute, headquarters Chicago, Illinois, members throughout the United States.
Thank you.
And now, the man known for maintaining tasty goodness and healthy nerves whenever he hosts this show, it's Mr. Kerry Jackson.
Thank you, Johnny Ola.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you so much. All right. It's time to play. Well, it's not Beat Gina today. It's Beat Nick because Nick is here.
Aye.
And here is our contestant, Sistan.
Sistan?
Sistan.
Sistan. All right.
Sistan. We're gonna.
Sistan.
It's what?
It's Sistan. It's Gesan. It's a little different. I know.
G with a G. Is that right?
No, with a B as in boy.
Oh,
That's
my
Stan.
God.
All right.
Sally. It's
Yes.
nice.
Sally, nice to talk to you. Stan.
Sistan.
All right. We're gonna toss a
Yes,
coin.
you got it.
We're gonna toss a coin to see who goes first. You call it in the air, heads or tails. It will give you an advantage in the game.
Okay. Heads.
Heads. All right. Let's see. Tails. That means Nick goes first.
Nice.
Terribly sorry. That means that you're further away from those Weezer tickets. Now, if Nick beats you, what are you prepared to do in Nick's name?
Yeah, what you got for me?
I am going to donate to a charity. I'm going to look to my son has autism, and it's Autism Awareness Month.
Yes.
And so I wanted to donate to a autism charity.
All right. There you go.
Suitable offering.
Okay. Well, let's begin. It's multiple choice pop culture trivia because I'm taking the week off. It's leftovers.
It's spring break.
I've got a stack of leftover questions that we haven't used.
Yeah.
So here we go. We'll start. And
Nice.
I thought I'd start the week off easy for Nick because I know Nick plays video games.
Yes.
And so it's video game trivia,
Okay.
or what's
Are
left
you
of.
going to go easy on me? Because I'm from Palestine, so
Oh.
originally, so you got to go easy on me.
We always go easy on Palestinians.
With my track record for how I filled in on
Yeah.
Beat Gina,
Yeah,
a.k.a.
he's-
Beat Nick, I need all the help I can get.
Yeah, he's not good. All right.
Oh, beat Nick. I get it.
Here we go. First question for Nick. Now remember, if Nick gets this wrong, it's multiple choice. If Nick gets this wrong, you get a chance to steal the point away. So here we go. Nick, what game did Mario first appear in? His first appearance. Was it 1, 1980's Plumber Simulator, 1981's Donkey Kong, 1983's Mario Brothers, or number 4, Billy Graham's Bible Blaster?
I believe it was B, Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong is
All right. That's 1 point for Nick. And now, Bisan, it's your turn.
correct. All right. Here's your question. What is the highest grossing arcade game of all time? Highest grossing arcade game of all time. Was it 1, Lee Carvalho's Putting Challenge, 2, Virtual Doctor, 3, Pong, or 4, Pac-Man?
I want to say Pac-Man.
That is correct.
Nicely done, Bisan.
Nice.
That's 1-1. Nick's turn.
All right, Nick. What kind of animal or creature is Yoshi? What kind of animal or creature is Yoshi?
Okay.
Is it 1, frog, 2, dinosaur, 3, duckbill platypus, or 4, spoonbill platypus?
Frogs don't lay eggs, do they?
Yeah, they do.
Yes,
They do?
Yes,
No,
they're
they do.
Nick, they're amphibians.
They're not hard shell eggs, right? It doesn't matter. I'm
They-
going
they
B,
are
dinosaur.
Though.
You're going with what?
B, dinosaur.
Dinosaur is correct.
That logic got me to the end.
All right. It's 2-1.
She's trying to mess with you.
Let's see if you can tie this up, Hassan.
All right, here we go.
All right.
What is the highest-selling Xbox game? What is the highest-selling Xbox game? Is it 1, Escape from Grandma's House 1? There were more than one. Was it number 2? Was it number 2, Halo 2? Was it number 3, Death Kill City 2, Death Kill Stories? Or 4, Earthworm Jim?
Probably Halo 2.
Halo 2 is correct.
That was my jam back
The
in the day.
game is tied.
Oh,
Now, Nick, if you get this one, you win.
Nick,
Yes.
switching it up. Because we're out of video game trivia. We're moving on to Vince Vaughn trivia.
Oh, great.
What does Vince Vaughn hate and does not have? Is it 1, a clear conscience, 2, a cell phone, 3, a car, or 4, a stable relationship of any kind?
He strikes me as a car guy, so I go B, cell phone.
Cell phone is
Wow.
And Nick,
look
I'm
at
sorry. Nick wins the game, Basan. It's back to Palestine for you.
Yep, we're sending you back.
Well, you know, I was given the easy video game trivia,
That's
which
true.
truly isn't fair. So, I think we can award you these Weezer tickets. Who are going to be playing with Spoon and White Reaper at the Great Saltaire Amphitheater this upcoming August 27th?
That's the show.
Oh, excellent, Basan. There you go. You get to go to see Weezer.
All right, hang on the line. We'll tell you how to get those tickets.
Thank
Congratulations.
you so much, and I will definitely donate to that charity.
Oh, that's
nice.
very nice.
That's
of you.
nice. Hang
Enjoy
on.
the show.
Thanks,
on.
Basan.
Okay.
Listen, I've got to go tuck into a big plate of meat.
Please do. Used in baby food, you say.
Yes, Boston butt for me.
All right. Okay. We hear that song a lot, but because on this day,
It's the Rapture Day.
it's Rapture Day. It is.
This was supposed to be the Rapture, and then it like
And then it
10 years
wasn't.
ago.
Back in 2011.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that you said that guy's still alive? Do you know that camping?
I'm just guessing.
You don't know? Huh?
Well, I know he wasn't taken on that day.
No, he was not.
He was not. All right, we got big.
Before we do anything, we
Yes.
need your things that must go
Yes.
right now, because we're doing that in about 20 minutes. What's bothering you right now? Email us, radiofromhell@x96.com.
All right.
Should be easy.
Right now, it's Big Boy News and Opinion Window. Right after that, Frank Christ presents They're Fine, They're Just Fine. It's the Dead Celebrity Game. Give you a list of 4 celebrity names. 3 of those celebrities are just fine. One of them is dead. If you'd pick the dead one correctly, you're going to win what?
Tickets to see Blue October, October 25th at the Union.
Blue October tickets at 877-602-9696. That's the number to call to play the game. And then it's Frank Christ present. Oh, after Frank Christ presents, it's Things That Must Go, which is why we need your Things That Must Go right now. Radio from Hell at x96.com. Big Boy News brought to you by
Jerry Steiner Cadillac celebrate their new location with an incredible buying experience for your dream car. Come in today and experience the Steiner difference.
Harold Camping, radio scum and television or radio talk show evangelist, who predicted that the end of the world would happen in 2011. Rapture, there would be the rapture. Mr. Camping died in 2013, and somehow he was allowed to live to the age of 92. So there you go. Not around anymore. Also not around anymore, George Wendt, the actor and comedian who played Norm Peterson on the long-running comedy series Cheers, has died. He was 76. George Wendt's family said he died early Thursday, peacefully in his sleep while at home. George was a doting family man, a well-loved friend, and a confidant to all those lucky enough to have known him, the family
Shouldn't have been
said.
a pal and a confidant. No. Thank you for being a... Sorry.
He will be missed forever. The family has requested privacy during this time. It's had a long career, a lot of roles on stage, TV. I think he worked with Second City, started out with Second City. Yeah. But you'd see him in, like I remember seeing him in an episode of MASH and, things like that.
He would pop up.
Yeah. But he was most successful, of course, earning 6 straight Emmy Award nominations for playing Norm on Cheers. And he'd walk in the door and everybody would go, "Norm! How you doing today, Mr. Peterson?" "Well, it's a dog-eat-dog world, Sammy, and I'm wearing milk-bone underwear."
He died on the exact day that Cheers aired its last episode.
Oh, really?
Oh, the anniversary?
32 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, he spent 6 years with Second City in Chicago before moving to television work in Los Angeles. My agent, when he said the Cheers role, he said, "My agent said it's a small role, but it's like one line, it's like one word, and the word was beer, and I was having a hard time believing I was right for the role of the guy who looked like he wanted a beer, so I went in and they said, 'It's too small a role, why don't you read this other one?' And it was a guy who never left the bar, and that was Norm. So he was picked for one role, and they said, 'You know what, you should be here.' And he did never leave. He never left. He'd take a call from his wife, Vera, occasionally. This story, it's an old story, but it caught my eye this morning. It popped back up for some reason. Nothing captures the pure essence of Trump's reign like watching a convicted felon who filmed his brother-in-law with a sex worker and then mailed the tape to his own sister get confirmed as our ambassador to France. As reported in The Guardian, Charles Kushner, daddy to princeling Jared Kushner, secured his spot as America's top diplomat in the land of Voltaire thanks to a Senate vote of 51 to 45. So I guess that's why it's popped up. They voted on it yesterday. This is the same Charles Kushner who pled guilty to 18 federal charges, including tax evasion, witness tampering, and making false statements to the FEC. When his brother-in-law started cooperating with federal investigators about those Kushner financial crimes, Kushner responded like any totally normal person would by hiring a prostitute to seduce him, secretly filming the encounter, and then mailing the tape to his own sister.
We've all been there.
It's only the best people.
Yeah.
Even Chris Christie, not exactly known for his delicate sensibilities, called it one of the most loathsome, disgusting crimes he'd ever prosecuted. When you've grossed out Chris Christie, you know you've really accomplished something. "I've been pardoned by President Trump," Kushner assured the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, not seeming to realize that's like saying Jeffrey Dahmer gave you a 5-star Yelp review for your dinner party.
Exactly.
He added that he'd paid a very heavy price for his crimes, and truly, what could be more devastating than having to settle for being a billionaire ambassador forced to suffer through life in a taxpayer-funded palatial residence in Paris?
If I have to not have another croissant for breakfast, I may just lose my mind.
4 detectives with the Roy Police Department have been placed on administrative leave pending an investigation into an alleged incident that occurred last week at the Snowbird Ski Resort. The police department, I guess the Roy Police Department, confirmed the action after the Salt Lake County Sheriff's Office shared that it had responded to a medical emergency at the resort on Wednesday, which is now being investigated as a sexual assault that occurred during a training function at the resort. However, the sheriff's office said it's only investigating 3 officers, not 4, as Roy Police has shared. Fox News learned that a sexual assault forensic exam was performed during the early parts of the investigation, which is still ongoing, but few other details are currently available.
More questions than answers with this. So
Oftentimes what happens here is there are detectives in the valley and most police agencies that specialize in sexual assault circumstances, and you're going to allow them because they're professionals. Let them take care of business, explained former Salt Lake City Police Chief Chris Burbank. Burbank said these types of investigations can be lengthy and invasive, and in circumstances such as these, there'll be an internal investigation, a criminal investigation, and usually a civilian review. People who live in Roy say they've never heard of anything like this happening in their city. I hope we get answers, said one resident. I hope it's not just pushed under the rug and nobody knows anything about it. If they did it, whatever it is, I hope they're held accountable. Yeah, there's just not many details, are there? Let's see. A federal judge has denied a motion by one of Utah's January 6th defendants to recover more than $62,000 that was seized from him after the 2021 Capitol riot. John Sullivan made that money by selling footage of the riot to the news outlets. And even though President Donald Trump pardoned Sullivan and all of the January 6th defendants on his first day back in office, the judge said the law does not allow Mr. Sullivan to regain the money. The judge used his ruling to criticize Sullivan, saying he cynically claimed to be a journalist while engaging in offenses at the Capitol. A jury convicted Sullivan of 7 counts in 2023. They included 3 charges related to carrying a weapon, a knife, and counts accusing him of interrupting Congress as it voted to certify the U.S. presidential election. And then just over a year ago, a federal judge sentenced him to 6 years in prison, but he didn't serve much of that at all. Let's see. The Supreme Court recently decided that the Trump administration can go ahead and with the deportation of Venezuelan refugees, given testimony protected status. Does the Trump administration intend to start deporting Venezuelans? And if so, how soon? Temporary protective status is supposed to be temporary. The sad thing is, it's never temporary, right?
Exactly.
It's given a temporary protective status because the conditions in the country are too dangerous for the person to return to that country. When that country's condition improves, temporary protective status goes away and they need to go home. That's the whole system. That's the way it's set up, said Tom Homan, the border czar for Trump.
That ghoul.
But I don't think the situation has improved in Venezuela.
It is not.
And there are a lot of Venezuelan refugees here in Utah. Mm-hmm. They're very worried about this situation.
They should be.
Many have known that their future is up in the air given the Trump administration's push to end this program that lets them live and work in the United States. Many who would otherwise be impacted by the court decision also sought asylum and will not be deportable or should not be deportable, should not be detained or anything like that, said immigration attorney in South Jordan, Carlos Trujillo. So a lot of these people who are here have gotten asylum status.
Yeah.
And they should be okay.
They're here legally.
They should be. Okay.
But you never know with the ghouls that are in charge.
And the federal government is seeking to revisit several immigration cases involving college students previously detained by U.S. immigration for alleged involvement in pro-Palestinian activism on university campuses. Now they were off the hook. They want to put them back on the hook.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not murderers and rapists, by the way, just students
protesters.
Listen, it's okay for the GOP to call the other side pedophiles. That's okay.
That's okay.
But if a kid writes an op-ed that questions the legality of certain things that the administration's doing, well, that's a problem.
Donald Trump recalled the moment he decided to shove it up there. On Monday during a special dinner speech railing against his political opponents. During a board dinner at the Kennedy Center.
That doesn't even mean anything anymore.
Because he's in charge, because he's the boss of that now.
Yep.
In Washington, D.C., Trump boasted about securing both the Olympics and the World Cup in the United States for 2028 and 2026.
He didn't have anything to do with either of those things.
We got the Olympics, and then we got through Gianni. He's the boss. He's a friend of mine. And then we got the World Cup. I got them both. And I said, man, I won't be president. I got the Olympics and the World Cup, and I won't be president. And they're going to forget that I got them. Nobody's going to mention it. And then you know what? They rigged the election. And then I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to run again, and I'll shove it up there.
Yeah, that's why.
As the board members laughed and applauded, Trump went on, and that's what I did. And all of a sudden, and then I realized, I said, you know what? I got the Olympics, I got the World Cup. So if they would have left us alone and wouldn't have cheated on the election and wouldn't have rigged it, I wouldn't have been retired right now, and I would have been happily doing something else.
No, you wouldn't have. You were always about revenge. That's all that drives you.
What a gas bag.
All right.
What?
Sports weather traffic.
In honor of racing season, Oscar Mayer is throwing their hat in the game for Carb Day Friday, May 23rd, with their inaugural Weenie 500. The famous Oscar Mayer Wienermobiles will compete in it. You didn't know there were more than one, did you?
Well, I did.
Oh, okay.
But I predict that the winner of the race will be the Wienermobile.
Hey, I don't know.
They're competing in a race at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the first time ever. The Weenie 500 will be the first meetup of all 6 Wienermobiles in over a decade. Each Wienermobile will represent a different regional dog. So like Chicago dog, New York dog, a slaw dog, a chili dog. So you can pick your favorite. Each driver will have a custom hot dog or racing suit, and the winner will be presented with their trophy and a hot dog in the Wieners circle.
Did you have any sports?
That's sports weather. Warm and getting warmer. Beautiful day today. High of 72, sunny. Overnight low 53. Tomorrow, 85. Friday, 82. We stay in the 80s, it looks like, for most of Memorial Weekend. Traffic looks pretty good. I think there's a lot of people that school's out for some people. Some people are starting their Memorial Day travel early, so I think maybe that's being a positive effect on traffic. I don't see any slowdowns or accidents. Perhaps you do, though. You can text us whatever you're seeing at 33986. See movies on the big screen at Broadway Center Cinema's Summer Showdown starts May 30th with cult classics Fight Club and Drive. Now both can be seen Friday and Saturday. Get your tickets at slfstix.org.
Oh, Frank Christ is... Hi, Frank.
Oh, hello, everyone.
Frank Christ, the Grim Reaper, has joined us in the studio. He's come in through the window on his electric scooter. And Frank, I was going to ask you if you had any room in the sidecar.
No, Bill.
But I see that there's something in. Is that George Wendt in there?
Yes.
Oh,
what's
you
left
haven't dropped
of him?
him off yet?
What would you?
He said he didn't want to go yet.
Oh,
so
okay.
when you drop him off, could you maybe come back?
Bill, no, it's not your time.
Okay. Frank is here. He's the Reaper of celebrity souls, and I don't think beautiful Bill. Maybe I'm not. I don't think I'm a big enough celebrity anyway.
Oh, you'd be surprised.
Frank reaps the souls of celebrities, and he doesn't like to do it. It's a curse.
No, I love our precious celebrities. Everything they say and do is right.
He joins us in the studio to play a macabre game we call Frank Chris Presents.
They're fine. They're just fine.
Frank has given me a list of 4 actors. On this list, 3 of the actors are...
Well, they're just fine.
But one of them Frank has taken. And it is the contestant's job in this gruesome game to select the dead celebrity and win a prize. Who do we have?
Jeff is here.
Jeff or Jess?
Jeff.
Jess. Hi, Jess.
Jeff.
Jeff. Hi, Jeff. Is it Jeff?
Good morning.
How are you, Jeff?
Jeff. Fantastic. I'm fine. I'm just fine.
Good. That's good to hear, Jeffrey. And now, Jeffrey, if you select the dead celebrity correctly, you will win what, Gina?
Tickets to see Blue October, October 25th at the Union.
All right. You ready to go?
Absolutely.
Okay, good. You sound energetic and awake, so here we go. Because this is End of the World Day, Frank has given me a list of actors in movies about the end of the world. Here we go. Number 1, Michael K. Williams. He rose to fame playing Omar Little on the HBO drama The Wire, Chalky White on Boardwalk Empire. He also had starring roles in 12 Years a Slave, RoboCop, The Purge, Anarchy, Ghostbusters, and Assassin's Creed. And he had a recurring role in the TV comedy Community. He was in the End of the World movie, The Road. Number 1, Michael K. Williams. Number 2, Kurtwood Smith. He was in RoboCop. He was the father on That 70s Show. He played various roles in Star Trek VI, The Undiscovered Country, Star Trek Deep Space Nine, and Star Trek Voyager. He was in the end-of-the-world film Deep Impact. Number 2 is Kurtwood Smith. Number 3, Andrea Riseborough. She had prominent roles in Shadow Dancer, Birdman, Nocturnal Animals, Battle of the Sexes, and The Death of Stalin. Her stage credits include Miss Julie, Measure for Measure, and Anton Chekhov's Ivanov. She was in Oblivion, about the destruction of the Earth by aliens known as scavengers. Number 3, Andrea Riseborough. And finally, Selah Ward. She won an Emmy for the NBC drama series Sisters. She had recurring roles in House, CSI New York, and FBI. And she also played supporting roles in films, including The Man Who Loved Women, Rustler's Rhapsody, Nothing in Common, Hello Again, and The Fugitive. She was in the End of the World movie The Day After Tomorrow. 4 celebrities, one of them dead. Which is the dead one, Jeff?
Let's go with 3.
Andrea Riseborough?
No, she's fine.
No,
she's just fine.
She's okay. You know, we believe in second chances here, Jeff, so listen carefully. I'll give you one more shot at it. Listen, is it Selah Ward, is it Kurtwood Smith, or is it Michael K. Williams?
You know, I feel like it's Michael K. Williams.
Yep, good. Good, very good. Michael K. Williams, he died in 2021, way too young. He was only 54. He was
too soon.
It was the drugs.
It was the drugs.
Too soon.
Congratulations, Jeff.
Omar.
You've won the prize.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hang on the line, and Katie will tell you how to get it.
Oh. Well, I have to go check on Ron Isley, the Isley brothers.
Okay, yeah.
83 today. That old heart of his.
Oh, thank you.
You have to drop off George, of course, first.
Drop off George, and then go check on Leo Sayer, 77 today. He makes me feel like dancing.
We'll see if he feels like dancing.
Dancing on his grave. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Yeah, I think the people are starting to travel early, schools getting out, whatever it is, it means you've got a good commute right now. If that changes or you're somewhere and you're like saying, this isn't a good commute, I don't know what you're talking about, well, text us and tell us about it, 33986.
KXRK Provo, right after these messages, it's your list of things that must go. Stand by.
Let's go. And Cliff, that's nice. You got to email those. radio@x96.com, even from Alpine.
All right. Alpine. All right. Is this sponsored?
Should be.
Sure. Okay.
Things that must go on the radio. From Hell Show.
These are things that are bugging you, dear friends of the program, bugging you so bad you can't take them anymore. You can't stand it. You say, I've got to do something about this. Maybe if I send my must go to Radio from Hell, the fine people there will read it on the air, and it'll make me feel better. And sometimes we're told that if we do read your must go on the air, these things do disappear from your life. So send your must goes to radiofromhell@x96.com. Put must go in the subject line, and we'll maybe read it. You want to go first, Gina?
Sure. One of mine first. We should have a no scent in public policy. And by that, I mean...
Everybody.
Perfume?
Well, I'm actually thinking about, so in the women's bathroom here, the soap dispenser is broken, so somebody has purchased a bottle of hand soap, and it is lilac scented.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I want to wash my hands, but it is a strong scented.
Yeah.
There should be if you're going to buy something like that, it has to have no scent.
That's that Bed Bath & Beyond stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just
really strong.
Then your hands smell, and then you go to eat lunch, and your hands smell like that all day. Yeah, no, I don't like it.
Do what I do, just don't wash your hands.
Let's see. Please don't use my name. Earworm jingles that do not properly enunciate the name of the business. Not only does it get stuck in my head, I have no idea what it is that is stuck in my head. That's a very specific one. Also, your rights of being practicing your religion. You have the right to your belief and practice of your religion. Sending your children to public school is not practicing religion. Baking a cake for a wedding is not practicing your religion. Having a nationwide craft store is not practicing your religion. Your beliefs are just that. But if you're part of society, your beliefs shouldn't trump, pardon the expression, everything else. Hopefully your magical radio powers can make these go. This from, Mike in Nashville. People who don't clean out their shopping cart after they use it. I should not have to throw away your used sanitizing wipe or weekly ad from the bottom of the cart.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
People taking my order at a drive-thru who aren't the least bit ready to take the order. They say, go ahead with your order. And as I'm talking, they cut me off and say, I'm sorry, what was that? Get off your phone and listen the first time. Those same people at the drive-thru who, when they give me a drink, withhold the straw until they put it in the bag and the food comes out later. It would be nice to have a few sips while I'm waiting for my food. Prescriptions that aren't covered by insurance must go. If two different doctors say a particular medication would be highly beneficial for me, shouldn't that be enough?
It should be.
People who don't clean their grass clippings off the sidewalk and then it rains, and then the clippings stay on the sidewalk for what seems like an eternity. And finally, this from our friend Johnny B. Thank you, Lords, for letting me listen. The fine art that health insurance companies and healthcare facilities have choreographed to bungle up coverage and billing on almost every procedure a person goes through for their health care must go. Yep. And finally, that snag of skin peeling back from the side of my fingernail that catches in my pants pocket and causes the most unpleasant tearing sensation must go.
Carrie?
Oh, okay. This one from our family. Now, we're using the vet as the example, but at any business that has you waiting for a while.
Okay.
Could be anything. But in our case, it was the vet not having Wi-Fi for guests.
Yes.
We are waiting for, in this case, our dog. Why not let us use the Wi-Fi?
Yeah. Could be
I'm sorry, we don't have Wi-Fi
Yeah.
for guests. All right, this one from Austin. Here's my list of things that must go. People saying, if I'm being honest... or to be honest, before sharing their opinion about something. If you don't say that first, does that mean you're about to lie to me? Let's just decide to be honest and skip this meaningless crutch. Calling a certain legume chickpeas when they already have a far superior name, garbanzo beans.
It's a better name.
Stop calling them chickpeas. Maybe people will eat more garbanzo beans and everyone eat more of them and be healthier. I suggest we call them bargonzo beans if you want to market them, make them Cool. Let's see. This one from, it does not say I can use the name. Nerd Gummy Clusters. I'm so addicted to them. Even thinking about them makes my mouth water.
Nerd Gummy Clusters.
Nerd Gummy Clusters.
Okay.
This one from Please Don't Use My Name. The sound of liquid pouring in a glass in ads. It sounds like fingernails on a chalkboard to me.
I think it's
really?
soothing. I like
Yeah.
it.
2, not being a position in life where I can be baked at 8:20 in the morning to play Beat Gina. All right. Ultra clicky radio buttons that are so loud. I wish this person would have been more specific. What they're talking about. And sending in a must go that doesn't get read because it's too long and too much of a bummer. Must go. And let's see this one. Please don't use my name. For the love of all things, get rid of your adult toys before your kids have to find them in your nightstand.
Okay.
Finding those things really must go. Oh, my. I wonder what the situation was. Anyway, go ahead.
Is that it?
Yeah.
All right. I have one of my own that must go. Mike Johnson, Speaker of the House Mike Johnson, and all of those lying sacks back in Washington trying to pass this big, beautiful bill.
Oh, they're taking away your Medicare.
They got to go. They got to go. Let's see. This says, good morning, Radio from Hell. My thing that must go. Being way too baked during the concert of Grateful Dead cover bands at the park. Way too baked.
I think you're better off.
No one else finding Angela Bassett sexy as the President of the United States in the final Mission Impossible movie.
What?
And white Afrikaners coming to the USA as refugees because of a fake genocide must go.
Exactly.
Tony. This one says, Tasha from Plain City. My thing that must go is pricing my home reasonably for the market just to have somebody give me a lowball offer. If you can't afford it, don't even look. And also having a beautiful new shower glass that you think you've cleaned spotless just to have the sunshine hit it and show all the streaks.
Disappointing.
And this one says, hello, lords and lady. You may use my name. With the end of the school year upon us, there are a few things that must go. The phrase, in the books. For example, posts on social media that say, another school year, in the books. Another soccer banquet, in the books. Another seminary graduation, in the books. Which books are these going into? History books? Scrapbooks? Name the books. Number 2, the month of May being a busier month than December between sports playoffs, end of school year parties, banquets, choir concerts, award ceremonies, field trips, field day, graduations for every grade. Is this necessary? This mama is on the edge of what the youths call a melty bee.
Yep.
Ooh. Oh, a menti bee. Not a melty bee, a menti bee. Number 3, our dystopian nightmare. What must go? In the words of the Violent Femmes, everything, 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 everything. Thank you for your time and attention on these matters, and thank you for your continued allyship of the marginalized and scapegoated people in our community. Sincerely, your BFOP, Marissa McPeck Stringham.
Oh, nice.
Things that must go on the radio from Hell Show.
Hey, you'd think with all those things Marissa listed that people would be out driving because there's things to go to. Not so right now. Everything's looking great. I have no slowdowns or accidents. Let's see if we can keep it that way. We've cleaned out the basement and found a bunch of CDs, cassettes, and records we got for a penny from Columbia House just in time for Memorial Day weekend. We're giving you a Generation X 96 weekend. Listen for the 90s and 80s classics galore with lots of deep cuts. Let us be your soundtrack for your Memorial Day weekend. All kicks off 2 p.m. Friday with Todd Newcomb.
All right.
We got boners coming up here. The candidates you'll vote for this morning. Boner candidate number 1. No one checks their work anymore. Boner candidate number 2. But I'm not dead yet. And boner candidate number 3. Ice Barbie is dangerously ignorant.
All right, so we got big boy news coming up after these messages and a song along with Boner of the Day. Stand by for that. BigOTires.com.
Well, get up to $120 off selected sets of 4 tires now through May 26th at Big O. But you know, Big O Tires, they have all these different brands of tires there, and they have the lowest price on every tire every day. So why wouldn't you go there?
Not just tires, too. They have their healthy car special going on right now for just $39.95. It includes oil change, tire rotation, alignment check, brake check, battery check, and more for just $39.95.
Get to know your local Big O Tire store. I go to the one on 2nd East and South Temple. But stop by and, Big O is there. You get to know those people, and they get to know your car, and it's just a nice relationship.
And while you're sitting there, you can use the Wi-Fi.
You can. Also, Big O Tires knows that tires and stuff can be, an unexpected expense. So they have all kinds of financing options, very different ones, even no credit needed financing. So go to bigotires.com, find a store near you. Big O Tires, they are the team.
We got a minute.
Restrooms are men's restrooms are terrible places.
Oh, they are.
They are just.
I
terrible
wouldn't
places.
know.
So this is based on a recent experience, like 10 minutes ago.
Okay.
So I'm there in the restroom,
Yes.
standing at the urinal, and then and there is a little partition between. There are two urinals side by side, a little partition between them. So I'm standing there. I've got my hand. I'm bracing myself up against the wall, and I'm doing my business. And somebody comes in, and I don't see who it is, and stands. It goes to the urinal to the right of me, and the first thing that happens is I hear, shoo. And then as I'm standing there, and whoever it is standing there, and part way into his business, I hear, oh man,
Really?
oh,
Don't do that.
Really?
Yeah. Oh.
You don't have to make those noises,
And I'm just standing there going, now, by this time, I am completely done. but I don't move.
No,
I'm going to wait for that person to be done and leave the restroom, which I did. As soon as I heard the hand washing was over and the door opened, I went and washed myself.
I'm happy that he's enjoying the experience.
I guess.
So much.
I guess. I don't think I vocalize when I... Certainly not. Maybe I do. I don't know. I'll have to check next time. But I certainly wouldn't do it if somebody else was in there.
I don't know, because I purposely stay out of the bathroom if someone's already in there. If I open the door and I see somebody in there, I'll turn around and I'll leave.
That's what I do too.
Because I like to have my privacy. But you do vocalize every morning, and I keep thinking, should I ask if he's okay?
Oh, when I first come in?
When you get here,
I know.
There's a lot of sighing.
And I keep thinking to myself, should I ask if he's okay?
Yeah, you're right. I know I do that, and there is a reason. To be very honest, I am in considerable pain.
I'm sorry.
That's the reason.
Okay,
And
then I won't ask.
I have my back is not treating me well, and that's pretty much what it is.
I'm sorry to hear that.
But I mean, I'm like when I'm sitting here,
You're fine just...
pretty much. It's just. But when if I've been moving and walking into the room and carrying my bag, and it's like,
Do we need to get you a porter?
A porter.
Well, listen, that'd be nice.
A porter.
That'd be nice.
Where do we get a porter?
You know, I'm tempted to start. When I go to the grocery store, I always, even if I can get one item, I get a cart because I can lean on the cart and use it. I'm tempted to start using those little.
The electric scooters?
Yeah, the little one you drive around the store.
That'd be fun.
And I could.
That's what they're there for.
I mean, you've got a pass, right?
Yeah, I mean, I have a handicapped pass for my
There
car.
we go.
But you don't need that for the. I don't think they
Just
even
take it.
Here. I don't know. I feel weird doing it though.
That's what they're for.
I need to get a little exercise.
I think that if you're going to do it, but commit to it.
Yeah.
And when you go past somebody, go, wee!
Or if there isn't one there, complain to the management.
Complain to the management. There you go. Right? Yeah, exactly. All right, time now for Boner of the Day. 3 news stories. These will be examples of bad, stupid, funny human behavior, and you will decide with your voice. With your voice. With your vote. Well, you can vote.
You can vote. Yeah. You can vote.
Voice void. Voidoid. Who is the worst? Who is the most deserving of the award Boner of the Day for May 21, 2025? We'll give you 2 candidates now, a third after the news. Once you've heard all 3, you'll vote. One of you lucky random Boner voters will receive.
Can't buy it. Got to win it. Radio from Hell Boner t-shirt.
All right, here's Boner candidate number 1. Nobody checks their work anymore. At first glance, Heat Index appears as inoffensive as a newspaper feature can get. It's a summer guide, about 50 pages long, called Heat Index, and it's all kinds of stuff that you can do in the summer.
Okay.
The feature was syndicated over the past week in both the Chicago Sun-Times and the Philadelphia Inquirer. It contains 303 must-dos, must-tastes, must-sees, must-tries for the sweaty months ahead. Readers are advised in one section to take a moonlight hike on a well-marked trail or fly a kite on a breezy afternoon. In others, they receive tips about running a lemonade stand and enjoying unexpected frozen treats. Yet close readers of the guide noticed that something was kind of off. Heat Index went viral earlier this week when people on social media pointed out that its summer reading guide matched real authors with books they had never written, such as Nightshade Market, attributed to Min Jin Lee, The Last Algorithm, attributed to Andy Weir, a hint that the story may have been composed by a chatbot.
Yeah.
It turned out to be true. A chatbot who is, as they now say, sometimes these chatbots hallucinate. And this chatbot just started attributing books to real authors, but titles that they had never written. So it was originally written for King's Featured Syndicate, and they dug up the guy who did it. He was a freelancer named Marco Buscaglia, and people reached out to him, and he said, "Yeah, I did use a chat GPT for that work." Buscaglia explained that he had asked the AI to help him come up with book recommendations, and he hasn't shied away from using the tools for research. "I just look for information," he said. "Say I'm doing a story, 10 great summer drinks for your barbecue or whatever. I'll find things online and say, hey, according to Oprah.com, a Mai Tai is a perfect drink. I'll source it. I'll say where it's from. This time at least, though, I didn't check." He said, "I usually check the bot's work, and I didn't check this time." And that's what happened. But
I worry about this stuff because these are the ones we catch. What are the ones that we don't?
I know, and it's and I for one think it's okay if he wants to use that as a research tool, but you got to check. And but what's even more bonerific is that nobody at the Chicago Sun-Times proofread it and tried to check it. Nobody at the other newspapers that ran it. Not one newspaper caught it. They didn't check the work. Boner candidate number 1. Nobody checks their work anymore. Here's Boner candidate number 2, and there's an example of not checking your work in this story. I'm not dead yet. Craig Haskell is a Utah National Guard veteran. He looks to be very much alive, but he's dead, according to the Department of Veteran Affairs. Horrible mistake, Haskell says, of the situation, but just because it just needs to be corrected. The VA says that Mr. Haskell, Craig Haskell, died on November 22nd, 2024. A certificate signed by President Trump honoring his memory even showed up in the mail. But Craig Haskell says that the mistake has been costly. The pension benefits, those are gone. No pension, no disability benefits. Haskell says he's owed over $10,000 and counting. So I started making phone calls and meetings with the VA people to try to get things resolved, Mr. Haskell said. During 5 months of affidavits, 5 months, calls, in-person meetings, Craig Haskell...
This should be one meeting.
Here's
my paperwork.
Craig Haskell says his VA benefits have not been resurrected yet. That's even after sending an obituary for another Utah veteran named Craig Haskell. He showed it to him. He died on November 22nd, 2024. Not me, this Craig Haskell. Same first and last name, same alleged death date. Seems like a bad data entry was probably the cause of it.
Exactly.
Oh, here's where somebody didn't check their work. The next line reads, Craig and Haskell say that they found... His name is Craig Haskell, not Craig and Haskell. They found the obituary of the other Utah veteran. Anyway, this got all turned over to, what's his name? Gephardt. Matt Gephardt at KSL. And Gephardt went in and started messing around and talking to the VA. And finally, Mr. Haskell got his veterans' benefits back.
It shouldn't take all that.
Months.
Yeah.
And they still haven't paid him his back. So he started receiving his benefits as he's supposed to, but they still haven't paid the back benefits.
Good luck with that.
Yeah. Craig.
Bring out your dead. Here's one. Ninepence. I'm not dead. What? Nothing. Here's your ninepence. I'm not dead. There. He says he's not dead. Yes, he is. I'm not. He isn't? Well, he will be soon. He's very ill. I'm getting better. No, you're not. You'll be stone dead in a moment. Oh.
There you go.
Boner candidate number 2, but I'm not dead yet.
All right.
Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3. Ice Barbie is dangerously ignorant.
Boner candidate number 3 coming up after this. Big Boy News and Opinioendo, brought to you by...
Efficiency and adventure unite in the first ever 2025 Mazda CX-50 hybrid all-wheel drive. Lease yours for just $299 a month or get 3.9% APR for 63 months from your friends at Bountiful Mazda, where you'll always get tires and oil for life. Be electric, be Mazda at bemazda.com.
Well, Guy Ritchie... No, not Guy Ritchie. What's his name?
Who?
First name? Kid Rock's first name.
I don't know.
His real name. It's Ritchie.
Doesn't
Anyway,
matter.
he says he doesn't have anything to do with day-to-day operations at the bar in Nashville that has his name on it. You know, because he's distancing himself from it because ICE is raiding the place all the time. Kid Rock's big-ass honky-tonk rock and roll steakhouse. Over the weekend, according to a story in the Nashville Scene, managers of the location sent home undocumented employees working in their kitchen during an evening rush hour because they heard ICE was coming.
Wouldn't it be cheaper and easier to prosecute the businesses that hire these so-called illegal people rather than going after just the illegal people and leaving the owner of the business alone?
You would think.
You would think.
But I think it's just hilarious that Kid Rock says, I don't really have anything much to do with that place. I don't. I have a partner. He takes care of all of that. Okay, fine.
Yeah, that absolves you, boy.
Yeah. Spencer Cox, the governor of the state of Utah, endorsed Donald Trump for president last July.
Ew.
Cox sent a letter to the Republican nominee expressing his belief that following a near assassination, Donald Trump had an opportunity, like Abraham Lincoln, to unite a country on the verge of tearing itself apart.
You really think that was going to happen,
Nearly
Spence?
a year later, Cox says he wishes the now president would spend more time trying to build a common ground with political opponents. I think if he were here, he would tell you that's not his top priority, the governor said Monday during a Common Ground forum. Author Steve Hayes, who moderated the discussion, noted that Cox's endorsement surprised many of his supporters and asked the governor for a progress report on how he thinks the president's doing. Cox said he has a great relationship with Trump, even though it's no secret I supported other candidates for president. For the past 2 years, Governor Cox has been promoting his philosophy of disagree better, which centers on being able to address contentious issues with respect and civility. The governor said he's had discussions with the president about topics on which they agree and those where they disagree, but he would love him to adopt the disagree better mantra. But, he never really answers the question of how he thinks that Trump is doing.
It's because if he's being honest, he would say he doesn't like him and he doesn't like what he's doing, but he won't say it.
No. I don't think Spencer Cox is really thrilled with the president who says, you know what I did? I was shoved it up there.
Yeah.
Like that. That's
no, he doesn't.
Well, he should speak out more often.
Yes.
I think so. Let's see. Governor Cox says this year's plans for bolstering Utah's wildfire preparedness is very important. Earlier this year, wildfires raged across Southern California, spurred by winds and drought conditions. Dozens of people died. Thousands lost their homes as the fires burned. We've got to make sure that doesn't happen here, said Governor Cox on Tuesday. But let me assure you, it could happen here if we aren't careful. The governor, alongside other state and federal officials on Tuesday, asked Utahns to prepare for what is likely to be an active wildfire season throughout the entire state, particularly southwestern Utah, mired in extreme drought. Most of the rest of the state is drier than usual for this time of year, and Lake Powell is in big trouble as well.
Don't worry. From what I understand, President Trump has a giant, beautiful faucet up in Canada that he can just turn the water on and essentially steal it away from Canada. They're not using it, and it'll come right down here. He's magic that way.
Cases of valley fever have increased 62% in southern Utah as development disturbs soil containing this dangerous fungus. The beautiful red hills of Ivins and much of southern Utah hide a dangerous fungus that's making people sick. Linda Sappington has seen valley fever move through her family. It was most severe for her daughter 23 years ago when she was pregnant. So eventually, she was put on life flight, flown to Salt Lake because the doctor that had been seeing her said, "You're dying." She has not since not recovered completely. I can't use that term recovered because she's still on medication and she will be for the rest of her life. Valley fever is a thing. You know, it's a fungus in the soil, and because of all the development, building things down there, it gets stirred up and into the air. And I don't know what I don't think there's anything you can do about it. The infection, it says, for most people is mild. A lot of people don't even know they have it or receive a diagnosis, but some people do develop respiratory symptoms similar to flu or pneumonia. In a subset of people, the fungal infection can spread to other parts of the body and become more serious. Well, for a hot crime story, we go to our fired-up crime reporter, Gina Barberi.
An Australian woman allegedly lit her longtime friend on fire because he made misogynistic remarks during a wild night of partying. Corby Jean Walpole, 24 years old, pleaded guilty to an arson attack on her friend Jake Loader, 23, saying she felt, quote, overwhelmed by his antagonistic behavior throughout the night before she was finally set off by a sexist remark he made during a house party in New South Wales last year. Loader told Walpole, quote, "You should just stay in the kitchen making scones if she can't handle drinking with the boys," which set the 24-year-old into a rage.
Wow.
She grabbed a gallon of gasoline from the garage and doused Loader with the flammable substance, waving a lighter at him threateningly. "Go on, do it," he yelled. They're all drunk, by the way, of course. Walpole then touched him with the lighter, setting him ablaze. He sustained burns over 55% of his body, had some of his sweat glands burned off. He was placed in a medically induced coma for 8 days after the attack. He required 10 operations, spent 74 days in the burn unit. He didn't die.
Why do I not feel bad for him?
I mean, he was being a jerk, but
yeah.
She probably shouldn't have set him on fire. She says, "I feel horrible and remorseful for what I've done. I didn't mean to do that, and I wouldn't have if I'd been sober."
And that's okay. Let's see the legislation, the big, beautiful bill that Republicans are now, everybody's calling it that now. They're trying to pass. It is the budget analysis by Capitol Hill's budget scorekeeper says that this big, beautiful bill will take from the poor and give to the rich.
Woo! Woo!
Carrie is a big supporter of the rich. All right.
Yeah, that's what you voted for, right? Weather, traffic.
It's a big, beautiful weather. How about that? High of 72, sunny today, 85 tomorrow. We stay in the low 80s, upper 70s all weekend long, so your holiday weekend looks like it'll be just beautiful. And traffic is beautiful right now, too. Let me see if I have any accidents. It's been a pretty light morning. I think a lot of people are out of school and maybe starting their vacation a little early. I do see a little bit of a slowdown northbound I-15 coming up through Lehigh to Point of the Mountain, but I don't think there's an accident there. That might just be congestion. Perhaps you're in that area and can let us know for sure. 33986 is where you do that. Stubbs Dental, award-winning services, life-changing results. Visit stubbsdental.com to book your appointment now.
Boner candidate number 3. Ice Barbie is dangerously ignorant. Several top members of the Trump administration have been evading constraints on their lawless actions by playing a clever game of feigned ignorance as to the plain requirements of the Constitution and a series of adverse court rulings. But then there's Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem, whose ignorance is utterly genuine. Appearing before a Senate hearing yesterday morning, Noem was asked by Senator Maggie Hassan, "What is habeas corpus?" Noem, whose hearing preparation clearly did not anticipate any questions with Latin terms in it, replied, "Habeas corpus is a constitutional right that the president has to be able to remove people from this country and suspend their right to," at that point, Hassan interjected.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Let me explain. The legal principle, habeas corpus, is the legal principle that requires the government to provide or prove a public reason for detaining and imprisoning people. In other words, it's the opposite of what Noem was saying.
Yes.
It's not a right the president possesses,
No.
but a right that the people possess against the president.
Yes.
Habeas is an extremely basic right for the obvious reason that if the government can simply throw anybody in jail without justifying their imprisonment in court, its power is absolute. This dates back to the Magna Carta. It's one of the few rights the founders included in the original Constitution, without waiting for the addition of the Bill of Rights. Noem, the head of a department with a budget exceeding $100 billion a year, more than 250,000 employees, and vast domestic enforcement powers that critics warned upon its creation had dystopian police state potential, would ideally be familiar with this concept. But no, she's not. And then she went on to say, "Well, I believe in habeas corpus, and I believe in the president's right to countermand it."
No, that's Congress.
Yeah, Congress has to do that. She's.
It's really frightening. Boner candidate number 3, Ice Barbie, is dangerously ignorant.
All right, let's review the first two and vote.
Boner candidate number 1, nobody checks their work anymore. This guy using Chat GPT, and he didn't check his work, and it attributed some books to real authors, but books that they'd never written. Fake titles, just made them up. And nobody checked beyond him. Nobody else checked it either, which is bizarre. Boner candidate number 2, but I'm not dead yet. It's Craig Haskell, the guy here in Utah National Guard veteran. He's alive, but the Veterans Affairs Department said he was dead, stopped all of his benefits, and he had to fight for 5 months to get him back. And Boner candidate number 3, Ice Barbie is dangerously ignorant.
All right. Time for you to vote for Boner of the Day. 1, 2, or 3. Remember your candidate number, the one that you think should win. Put that single digit in the message of a text. Which one is the worst? Text that single digit, 1, 2, or 3, to 33986. The computer counts it for us. It's so easy to collect the votes that way. But if you like the old-fashioned human touch, 877-602-9696. Katie will take your live voice vote in the producer's booth. Or go online, x96.com. Look for the box that says Boners, May 21, 2025. Click and vote. If you don't see that box, refresh your browser. It'll appear. Click and vote. Now, once we award Boner of the Day, that means the phone lines are open for the X-Poll. The X-Poll question is if you had, have we decided $1 million?
Yeah. A big chunk of...
If you had $1 million,
Yeah.
and you could not spend it on yourself, that was the rules, what would you spend it on? Who would you spend it on? Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. 877-602-9696. Think about it. We'll award the Boner and get to the X-Poll coming up in our next break. Stand by. You got 4.5 minutes. Let's go. Vote. And I assume everything went well, Gina?
Yeah, I had this. My doctor told. Well, we back up. I've been
All right.
having high blood pressure, like, which is weird for me. I don't usually have that.
You
And
usually don't have any blood pressure at all.
It's true. I'm usually very slow pulse and low blood pressure. So we're in the investigation portion of trying to find out what's causing that. And yesterday she sent me a message saying, I need you to come in for an 8 a.m. blood test. And yes, it has to be at 8 a.m. And I'm like, she's like, I know you work, but it has to be at 8
It
a.m.
was for the doctor's convenience, I'm sure.
So I'm confused. So I go to her office this morning. And I asked the nurse, why this 8 a.m. blood test? And she said it's an 8 a.m. cortisol test. And yes, it has to be done first thing in the morning because that's the time of day when the numbers are most likely to be high.
But that's a time of day for normal people.
Exactly.
We're up at 3.
Exactly. But the lab is not. So
Oh,
the lab opens at 8.
So the results of your test that are are very important to your health.
Yeah.
Dubious at best.
Are
so
strictly at the whims of when the lab opens.
And I've had so much blood taken the last 2 weeks. And the nice lady that takes the blood, it's always from the same spot.
Why?
And
why don't you don't have to do that?
well, it's just the way her room's set up. It's the
No,
chair.
no,
and the...
no, God. Gina! Oh, that's just the way her room is set
Well,
up.
that's where the table is.
Nonsense.
But she uses this this tape like afterwards
Yeah.
to put like a cotton ball there.
Uh-huh.
And so I have ripped this tape off the same part of my arm like 3 times in the last week.
Gina, no.
I think I'm
say,
going to hit her.
you say I need it to be in another spot. You don't have
Can
to
you
do
not
that.
use the icky tape?
Good God. Most phlebotomists play, they have those chairs that the thing flips and they can do it from either side.
Yeah.
And
it just
so if she's just got a table set up, you can turn your chair around.
it's the way it
And
was.
it shouldn't be the way that the chair is sit. You should extend both arms and say, which one do you like?
Yeah, huh?
And they can look and say, oh, that looks like a good one right there.
But it's the tape. I hate the tape.
The tape is...
It's your own fault.
So that's sorry, and I appreciate Jimmy hopping in and
Well, he was
helping out
good.
this
I
morning.
think
I was
we ought to
surprised.
we ought to ask him to do it every week.
Maybe it was part of his whole, planning and scheme to psych out the other person because he made it sound like, oh, I don't know pop culture.
And then he was
And
right
then
on
He
it.
just nailed it.
All of them. He even got an actual trivia question.
Really?
Yes. It's like, out of these 4 women, only one of them was not dated by Justin Timberlake.
Oh,
And there wasn't a joke answer. There were 4.
it could have been any of
And he
them.
didn't hesitate.
And he answered it correctly. Did you hear it?
No, let me hear what it.
Let me see how you do.
Okay.
All right. Which of the following women has Justin Timberlake not dated?
Okay.
Now, wait, which part of your brain would you like to answer this with?
The right or the left? Britney Spears, Jessica Biel, Cameron Diaz, or Christina Aguilera?
Cameron Diaz.
No,
He dated Cameron Diaz.
he did.
Oh, he didn't date Christina Aguilera.
Very good.
Okay.
But Jimmy,
Bam, hit it.
right away.
Ah.
I was
He went, that'd be Christina Aguilera.
blown away. Blown
Huh.
away.
You know why? Because Jimmy's dated all of them.
I
That's
guess
right.
so.
He's talked to them all.
96.
All right, 7:50. Time to award Boner of the Day.
And the Boner of the Day is brought to you in part by a Vietnam rice noodle bowl with pork in it. It was good.
And tired of paying too much for concerts? Experience great live music and enjoy adult beverages without paying stupid prices at Salt Lake's coolest venues. Check out Daniel Rodriguez with Emily Hicks Wednesday, May 21st at the Stateroom. Get tickets at thestateroompresents.com.
To be clear, I didn't go to Vietnam to get it. It was made at home. Okay.
Just would have been cold by the time you got home.
Yeah, that's true. Now, let's see. Boy, the voting just... Not much for one. Boner candidate number 1.
Nobody really cares.
No. Boner candidate number 2 got some good votes, but I'm not dead yet. 81 votes. About 267 votes for Christy Nome, Boner candidate number 3.
There you go, Boner candidate number 3. It's your Boner of the Day for today, May 21, 2025. Now qualified to be Boner of the Week.
Here's how dumb she is. She says, I support habeas corpus, like it's some kind of a campaign slogan or something. And then she immediately, in the next breath, contradicts herself. I also recognize that the President of the United States has the authority under the Constitution to decide if it should be suspended or not.
That's
he doesn't.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
All right. 7:52. Is this sponsored?
It should be.
It's the X-Poll, the Radio from Hell X-Poll, and you have to call us to be a participant. 877-602-9696. So if you had $1 million, but the rule was somebody gave you $1 million and said, here, take this. The only thing is you can't spend it yourself.
You have to spend it on something else, on someone else.
You can't spend it on yourself.
Can't spend it on yourself. I would try to get around it by giving it to somebody I know and love, and then say, buy me some clothes, will you? But
877-602-9696.
What would you do with $1 million? If you, it's like if you had
an inheritance, maybe, or you won the lottery,
or you made a lot of money and you've got $1 million.
Yeah,
that you can. What would you use it for, other than on yourself?
877-602-9696. The sad thing is, a lot of the things that I would want to do would need more than $1 million. Like $1 million is not as much as you think it is.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So what I immediately thought of with this is our mayor, Erin Mendenhall. She posted this the other day of this great new community that we have here in Salt Lake. It's called Spark.
Mm-hmm.
So it's affordable housing. And in that building, they have on-site childcare, like the first floor. So not only are you living in affordable housing, but there's quality on-site childcare. Yeah, $1 million isn't going to pay for that, but I would contribute to something like that where people can get quality childcare.
Where is that? I saw it. It's around here somewhere. I saw it. Spark.
I'm not sure the.
I drive. It says Spark on the building.
Yeah, it's a really cool. They're beautiful apartments. And it's right by tracks, I guess.
They're all affordable.
Yeah, I would put it toward that.
877-602-9696 is the phone number. The text number is 33986. People are trying to weasel their way around it.
Yeah.
I'd buy my parents' house that can be left to me in the will.
Yeah, there you go.
Buy friends' fast food franchises so I could eat at them for free. You're being selfish there.
But I mean, those are
that's fine. Yeah, I mean, we didn't guide you in any moral direction.
No.
I'd spend it.
You could do something nice.
Yeah. I'd spend it on my brother's 2 little kids, their future, college, etc. He died of cancer connected to his service in the Marines.
There you go.
Somebody owes those kids.
Yeah, there you go.
There's a perfect example right there.
There's line 1.
All right, let me see. Who is?
Oh, it's Devin.
Is it Devin on line 1?
Yeah, is it Devin?
Yes.
Devin, what would you do with $1 million?
Well, I would get my parents into a better home suitable for their needs. They're elderly, like a Rambler or something.
Yeah.
And then I would get my mom the best 24/7 Alzheimer's care around, so she could do that. So
That's
that's how I
nice.
spend my money.
Yeah, it'd be nice to be able to do that, wouldn't it?
That care is expensive. That's
Exactly.
Mhm.
Yep.
All right, thank you, Devin.
Okay, Deb, let's go to Sid. Hello, Sid.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
So the money that I would give would be to a veterinary clinic. So I don't do it full time anymore, but I work for an emergency and critical care vet. And probably the hardest thing that I see is when there's a surprise illness or injury and owners can't pay for it. So it'd be nice to just be able to, offload $1 million for a surprise injury or illness.
Sid, what do most people who get into that situation, what do they do? What do most people do?
There's a couple of medical credit cards, but I always warn people that they're highly predatory. Most of them offer no interest, but if you miss a payment, they will back charge you for the months and months that you were.
But so do most people do that though? They do the credit card, or do they just say, or do they just say, I can't take care of this pet, you'll have to euthanize it?
So in the veterinary community, we try really hard not to do that. And if you ask most people that have been in the field for a long time, they have several animals that have come from that situation where it was something that was fixable. And so they talk to the owner about if it's okay if the clinic takes on that particular pet. It's a very rare circumstance, luckily, but we try really hard not to euthanize anything that's fixable.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to turn this into vet chat, but thanks.
Thank you, Sid.
Thanks, Sid.
Thank you.
877-602-9696. If you had $1 million, you'd be rich.
And you couldn't spend it on yourself. What would you spend it on? One accident being reported by UDOT, northbound I-15 off-ramp. This is at SR 92 exit in Utah County. And whatever you're seeing, you can text us and let us know, 33986. X96 presents Blue October, October 25th at the Union. Go to x96.com for information and an exclusive pre-sale code. Tickets go on sale on Friday.
All right, the X poll continues after these messages. If you had $1 million and you were not allowed to spend it on yourself, what would you spend it on? 877-602-9696. Stockton 12 Honda.
Stockton 12 Honda, Southtown Auto Mall in Sandy. A really good place to buy a car. I know because I bought two cars from Stockton 12 Honda. And if I ever need another car, that's where I'll go. Stockton 12 Honda, right now they're offering top dollar for your trade-ins. So take advantage of that. If you want a new car, you want to trade in your old one, this is the time to do it. Stockton 12 Honda is your neighborhood Honda dealer. From the moment you step in the door, you'll find the best sales and service experience around. You can tell that Stockton 12 that they treat their salespeople well because they're guys I know out there who've been working there for almost the whole 20 years they've been in business. Stockton 12 Honda. They're in the Southtown Auto Mall in Sandy, or you can look at their inventory online if you'd like to do that. You go to Stockton, the number 12 Honda.com. Stockton 12 Honda, Southtown Auto Mall. You have a list. Okay.
It's Radio from Hell with another list, because people love a good list. X96.
This is old-fashioned manners that society has abandoned. And on this list, which is what made me think about it, removing your hat when you're indoors.
Yeah.
Now, Kerry makes a big show of putting on his hat every morning at the beginning of the show. But customarily, etiquette guides us to remove our hats upon entering indoor spaces. Yeah. People don't do that.
And don't throw your hat on the bed. It's bad luck.
Well,
that's not etiquette. That's just common sense.
That's cowboy lore. You're supposed to not put the hat right side up. You can put the hat upside down on a bed, but not right side up.
Oh, okay.
Is the thing.
All right.
For some reason. Hand kissing.
Charmed.
Dating back to the 17th and 18th centuries, the ritual of
I do
hand
that.
kissing. You still do a hand kiss?
Not so much anymore since COVID, but I have been known to be a hand kisser.
Bill Allred, known hand kisser.
Yeah.
Addressing letters, dear sir or madam.
Right. Well, it's better than hey you.
Hey.
Listen up, jerk.
There was a time you would only send professional emails during business hours. Do you remember this?
No,
Yes.
I don't remember that.
There was a time where that was etiquette is one
Yes.
I can't.
It was very brief.
Or on a Saturday,
Yeah.
or on a.
It was very brief.
I missed that. Sending thank you cards.
Yeah.
People don't do that anymore.
That's something everyone should be better at.
Yeah.
But
And here's my favorite: women remaining seated when being introduced. So
Please don't get up.
No,
Don't get up. No, you don't. Please.
Toasting with alcoholic beverages. Haven't you been somewhere when somebody's offering a toast and you're like, oh, you can't toast with water? That's bad luck.
yeah.
But
Well,
I have never heard anybody say that.
I don't refer to it as bad luck. I refer to it as a waste of time.
Yeah.
the conventional norm gradually waned as time progressed, allowing space for a broader array of inclusive toasting alternatives, like sparkling cider or non-alcoholic.
Back to your email thing.
Yes.
Apparently, that email business hours thing, that is apparently law in France.
I like that law.
Yeah.
And it's email, not just mail.
Yeah.
It's
And
email.
between their their medicine, their hospitalization and everything, and that reason enough to move there.
And they have young gay prime minister.
And the food.
I'm going to start doing that. Just make sure I don't send any business email outside of 9 to 5.
It's funny, I don't. I don't think I do.
I
anyway.
probably do.
Not business email.
Or if
I
you
don't.
receive one, do you do this where you go, yeah, I read that, but I'm not going to do anything about it
I do that
until
all
Monday.
Yes, I do that all the time.
I think I'm not even going to open them.
You send me something Friday after 5 p.m., business-wise. I'm not going to touch it.
Don't even open it. Yeah, don't open it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any other things on
That's
there?
it.
That's good.
All right.
We hope you'd enjoyed another list with Radio from Hell on X96.
Like Woody did from Roy, who said if he had $1 million, he would spend it all at the burger bar in Roy.
But that's spending it on himself.
He would buy other people food in Roy.
Oh, I see.
Big Ben's for everybody
Okay.
in Roy.
All right.
I'd like a big C-band, Woody. Well, we're back with the X-Poll. 877-602-9696. If you had $1 million, you couldn't spend it on yourself, you weren't allowed to spend it on yourself, what would you spend it on?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Let's go to Jesse. 877-602-9696 is the number. Jesse, go ahead.
Hi, Jesse.
Hi, how you doing?
Good. And yourself?
I am doing excellent, thank you.
Good.
I decided if I had $1 million, I would pay off as much school lunch debt as I possibly could.
Yeah, that's a good suggestion. I don't remember.
I like that, although I think that the government should pay for that. Like, I think your $1 million should go towards, I think that should be, the government should take care of that.
Yeah. I completely agree. I think lunch should be free for kids.
Yep.
Speaking of your ex-home, things that must go, school lunch debt, you need to have free lunch.
Amen.
Listen, if we're going to give free lunch to kids, I think that there should be a work requirement with that. They get a free lunch.
The kids have to mow the lawn.
We have to put them to work.
They're doing homework.
We put them to manual labor is what I'm thinking. Thanks, Jesse.
Thanks,
Jesse. You gotta earn it no matter what.
Yeah. That's it.
All right.
We give every
Lazy
kid a
kids.
bootstrap and then let them pull ourselves up.
All right, thank you. Let's go to Caitlin. Hello, Caitlin.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
I would start a bariatric advocacy program.
Bariatric advocacy?
Morbid obesity surgery.
Oh.
Or treatment for morbid obesity.
Okay.
All right.
A lot of insurances do not cover it, and the state of Utah does not recognize it among our essential benefits. About 30 states do. And so I would start a program to lobby with the Hill and employer groups to add this, because there's nothing more heartbreaking than telling a patient that I literally can't do anything for them.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank
Good
you.
suggestion. Thank you.
Thanks, Caitlin.
Thank you very much. All right. 877-602-9696. Texters weighing in. Hands down, it would be my little sister, regardless if I could spend some on myself or not. Her husband committed suicide last year. She has 4 kids, so I would buy her house and a good, reliable vehicle. My daughter and her husband have been trying to adopt a baby for nearly 5 years. I'd make that happen for them.
You go out and buy a baby.
Oh, yeah. Myself fetched. No, sorry. I would completely remodel my father's house and buy some land somewhere. Well, you'd get that, though, wouldn't you? In the will?
Kind of.
Trav the Trash Man. That's easy. Animal Rescue and Sanctuary. The Trav the Trash Man Animal Rescue and Sanctuary. Am I right?
Yeah.
Let's see. Pay off as much debt as I can for my family and close friends. Hire a bunch of private detectives to spy on each other and record everything. It would just be entertaining.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Somebody says I donate the $1 million to the Salt Lake Pit Crew Pity Bulldog Rescue.
I didn't know there was such a thing.
Yeah, I just learned the other day that people call pit bulls, they call them their pitties.
Pitties. Oh. John is here. Hello, John.
Hey, John.
I give my $1 million to the Planned Parenthood clinics that are closing in Logan and St. George.
Oh, that's good. That's a good one.
Yeah, excellent.
I should have thought of that
Good
one.
idea.
Good answer.
Good idea, John. Thank you.
Thank you, John. All right. $1 million? I'm buying my wife her dream home and hoping she lets me live with her.
No, it's a workaround.
Oh, no, it's not for me because I don't want a huge house.
I don't need it.
But trouble, you know.
Yeah, I don't need the house, but my wife would love to have it.
Yes, my wife would love that.
That is a workaround.
Let's see. I would send my trans daughter to graduation school in Sweden. She's super smart.
Somebody says I would buy the world a Coke.
And teach it harmony.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'd send underprivileged kids to Title I schools to cool things like sporting events and amusement parks.
Yeah.
Half the state school lunches, half into buying medical debt. Oh, buying medical debt's a good one, yeah. Let's see. My favorite gift I ever gave was $100 to a friend for Christmas, but she had to spend it on other people. Tacos! Anybody I run into, you get a taco, you get a taco, you get a taco. Just walk down the street passing out tacos. All right.
Big bag of tacos.
Let's see. Hands down, it would be my little sister.
We did that one.
Oh, we did that one. Okay. I would put $500K aside for each of my 2 kids for a down payment on their homes when they're ready to buy a home because houses are too freaking expensive right now. A lot of people with these same answers. Pay off school loans and medical debt for my siblings.
I like this. Montgomery Brewster here.
Hello, Montgomery.
They made a movie about this in the 80s.
Yeah.
I had to spend $30 million in 1 month and not spend it on myself. Classic movie. Brewster's Millions, 1985.
Well, you're not doing a Richard Pryor voice, though.
Oh, I didn't
Well,
know
it's Bestie.
That would have been
Yeah, it's
not a
Bestie.
good idea,
Bestie
Gina.
did not do that.
Not a good idea.
Let's see. I would give it to my tribe to help them get better health care, nutrition, and housing.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. I would, let's see. I would take care of my special needs nephew since his Medicaid is in danger. Boy, yeah. I would pay for a maid for my parents for life. They're too old to clean and don't live close by.
You know, last year we were looking for my parents for a Christmas gift. We said, we should get a snow removal service.
Oh.
For their house, so they don't have to worry about
shoveling the
Yeah,
walks.
it's hard to find one though. Like I couldn't find one that I could just hire to do it. But somebody start that business so I can hire you to shovel my parents' walks.
Let's
this is all. I would pay off my ex-wife's home so that she and my daughter don't have to worry about a mortgage.
That's nice.
If bribing Supreme Court justices is cool now, I think I'd get them to vote my way on a few things.
You buy a politician.
Sure.
Let's see, even without that stipulation, if I had $1 million, every trans person I know would get their gender-affirming health care paid for until funds run out. That's nice.
Somebody says I would build a new building for the government-funded special needs residential place I used to work at. The current building is in terrible shape, and the residents deserve better.
Let's see.
We have a lot of really generous people.
Yeah.
Boy, yeah, that's what I'm learning, is that most of these are...
Or would be generous if they had the money. But I don't have the money, so,
Teacher Emily Scholarship Fund to my alma mater at the U of U. I'd put some in the Tom Barberi Scholarship
Yeah, that's
Fund.
my sister and I started that for him.
Let's see. Public school in general should be free.
Well, yeah.
Everything about it, though. They mean like...
Yeah, technically it is.
But they mean like fees
There are
and
too many fees
lunch
and all that.
and
Let's see. Animal rescue and sanctuary. We got a lot of very generous people listening to this show.
Yeah, we do. You're good people.
So much for, somebody referring to you, Radio from Hell listeners, as liberal elites. Let's see.
Someone says I give it to Pamela Atkinson for
the
for
homeless
services. Yeah.
I'd buy $1 million worth of nuts and pile them in Liberty Park for the squirrels.
Really?
That's what this texter says. And I'm going to end on that one because I love that answer.
I would do that, but I would poison the nuts.
What? Bill!
Can't stand those squirrels.
Crash northbound I-215 west 26 south in Salt Lake off to the right shoulder. Crash northbound I-15 milepost 283 in Lehigh. I'm not sure if this is a different incident. They're listing it differently in UDOT. They're saying at the off-ramp at 284 of SR 92. So either one big thing or two smaller things in the same area are causing issues in Utah County. What's causing issues for you? You can text us and let us know. 33986. Haster Games for board games, Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, miniatures, dice paint, and more. Haster Games, 6831 South State or HasterGames.com.
All right. Beat Gina coming up after these messages and a song. Easy to play, easy to win. It is Empire Strikes Back trivia today because it was released on this day back in 1983, I want to say. I'll check my math in a moment. What is the prize?
So Live Nation is doing these $30 concert tickets. So for lots and lots of different shows like Incubus, AJR, Offspring, Billy Idol, all kinds of stuff, they're giving $30 tickets for that. So I believe you're going to have your choice of one of those shows.
So concert tickets, Empire Strikes Back trivia, 1980 is when it opened. May the 21st, 1980. Let's see. So 877-602-9696 is the number to call to play, to win, to beat Gina. It's easy to do, easy to play. All coming up. Stand by. BigOTires.com.
They are the team you trust, Big O Tires is. And find your local Big O Tire store. And you should be able to find one because there are like 50 of them.
Oh, yeah.
Locally owned, locally operated.
If you're not sure, go to the website. They're right there. They're listed.
I go to the one on Highland Drive.
Ask about their healthy car special. It's just $39.95. That includes an oil change, tire rotation, alignment check, brake check, battery check, and more for just $39.95. And Big O Tires, they want to keep you safe on the road, and that means having your tires in good shape and your car running well. Big O is your one-stop shop for automotive repair. Stop in for tires and alignments and all of that stuff. And, of course, for tires, you're saving $120 on select sets of 4 Big O tires now through May 26th. Go to BigOTires.com. You can make an appointment online. Big O Tires, they are the team.
So I was gone last week. I'm not on the show, so nobody would really know. But
You're on in the evenings. Plug your show in the evenings.
Yes. I am on in the evenings, 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. Thank you, Gina.
Sure.
I took a little trip out to Europe. Let me take a step back. I hijacked my wife's trip, okay? My wife and her friend, year and a half ago, when they went on sale, did the overnight excursion of trying to get Taylor Swift tickets for the European tour.
Mm-hmm. A difficult thing to do.
Difficult thing to do in general. Obviously, the idea was floated to go to any of the shows here, but they were like, let's make a trip out of it, have some fun. They ended up getting tickets to the first night of the 3 nights in Vienna, which is in Austria, for those who don't know. And throughout that, they said, well, let's build out a week. And then they brought in some more friends who did not get tickets to the show to go like hang out in Croatia afterwards, where they're at right now. And then I stepped in beyond that and said, hey, I got time between school. I would like to take time with just you and my wife to see what else is around there. Yeah. And economically, we saw Munich was near Vienna. And we were like, well, Munich seems like a cool city to go check out with beers and brats and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So me and her went out early. But essentially, again, the crux of it was the whole trip was based around going to this Taylor Swift show.
And you are not the only people that do that. This whole Taylor Swift tour has caused tourism, like for people doing exactly what your wife and her friends were doing.
So we did.
Yeah, what are we calling it? Gig tourism or something like that?
Yeah. We did. It'd be a whole different conversation, all the other stuff that we were doing. But we meet up with the friends that were going to the Taylor Swift show. I should say the friend. It was Anna, my wife, and her friend. Me and the other friend that was tagging along were just planning on doing something
Hanging out while they're going to the concert.
They're like, let's go get drinks and go to the aquarium. That friend is super into animals, so that seemed like a no-brainer. The night before the show, news breaks out. Taylor Swift canceled due to potentially an ISIS
terrorism
attack, right? Yeah. We are getting ready for bed when we hit the news, when we hear the news the night before. My wife is distraught.
That's bad news when you're home and a concert you're excited about is canceled. I can't imagine what it would be like to travel halfway across the world to go to a concert to find out it's canceled.
We were coming back from like the bar that night, and my wife went over to the friend's hotel room to drink some wine that they bought in a vending machine in the hotel.
Nice.
And that's where the news broke. And then she came back, wine lips, saying like, it's canceled. And it was sad. She's distraught, but yada, yada, yada. And we're like, I guess we'll figure out something's better than a terrorist attack, I suppose. The day of the show, we go to museums, we're hanging out, and the whole city's just in mourning because
everyone is there for the same thing.
The city's full of Americans that showed up for this thing. and they're all wearing their Taylor Swift shirts. Okay, I'm at a museum, and it's a gal in like a sundress with cowboy boots up to her knees, and I'm like, that's American as hell.
Yeah.
Like, she was here and her boyfriend is wearing the Taylor Swift shirt. The night before, we like met somebody before we went to a different museum at a brat stand that was from France, who came in for the show, and everybody was showing up, and
now what did they tell you? Plans. Just we'll refund your ticket.
We'll refund your tickets. That should show up in the next couple of days.
But you don't want a refund. You want to go to the show.
And kind of what I said in the email that I sent you guys, like, we had other plans. Like, it is sad, and the core of the trip is gone.
Right.
And that experience is completely dissipated. But there are people who came out for that show and nothing else.
Yep.
While we flew into Munich, in customs, I alluded to this in the email, there was a woman with her daughter who were telling the customs agents, like, what they're planning to do. And she says, we're going to the Taylor Swift show. And the daughter perks up. She's like, we are? And she's like, surprise, here, we're going to that. And she's like, I can't believe that you did it. This is so amazing. Thank you so much. And the aunt who was accompanying them was with us in line and she's telling us, like, she's so excited. We pulled a lot of strings to make this happen. And I just think that little girl and that was supposed to be a momentous thing that is just completely off the table.
Because at this point, you don't want your money back. You want to go to a show.
The experience.
Yeah.
And I not to pull, oh, woe is me, but just the idea of, like, being in the aquarium and hearing that, like, my wife died in a huge terror. I have a very paranoid brain that stuff like that
You
will
go
happen.
there. You go there. Yeah.
Every time, and I'm like, no, that's stupid. You don't think like that. And then stuff like this happens, and it confirms my biasy. Then I have to come back and tell my dog what happened to her mom, and I'd have to explain ISIS to my dog, which nobody wants to do.
Biscuits is here in studio, by the way.
We ended up going to karaoke.
What is German karaoke like?
Lots of German songs I do not understand whatsoever. They have English tunes, and I said, do you want to sing some Taylor Swift? She was like, no, I'm too sad. But other people were singing Taylor Swift.
Sure.
Of course.
And it kind of, like, rallied people a little bit, and there was this shared moment of, like, we're all sad. And then I sang Once in a Lifetime by Talking Heads, which doesn't work in karaoke as thought as I was, but as well as I thought it was going to happen.
You may find yourself...
The chorus, I think, kind of has, like, that backing track almost of, like, go. And you have to sing all that by yourself.
Oh, it's not there?
It sounds like garbage, which I found.
Well, then you get the audience to help you.
Yeah, come on, everybody.
But, yeah, that's what we ended up doing in morning. And
I guess.
Yeah,
all right.
So, weird trip. Super weird trip.
Well,
if you want to see photos of it, I posted it on my Instagram account.
Which is what?
Nick Drools. NICKDROOLZ.
There you go.
There you go.
then.
Nope, because, sorry.
Well, we missed it yesterday. It was National Quiche Lorraine Day. And
What is quiche Lorraine? It's just a
Egg pie.
Kind of a quiche, I guess.
It's an egg pie.
Just a different variety.
Egg pie.
Yeah.
All right. Is this a sponsored feature?
The Live Nation $30 ticket to summer is here. Get your $30 tickets to all of your favorites coming to Utah this summer. Oh, they go on sale today. Get all the info and the full lineup at x96.com. We've got your chance to win tickets to Live Nation summer concerts, including Incubus, AJR, The Offspring, Billy Idol, and more.
Well, before we get to our game show, remember today is End of the World Day. I'm booth announcer Johnny O with this urgent message and offer for our listeners. Right now, but for a limited time, the Gary Company, in cooperation with the Civil Defense Agency, is offering a family fallout shelter. This shelter has been evaluated and accepted by the Civil Defense Agency. For only $1,487, the Gary Company will fully install this shelter. I thought we had a picture of that shelter. They will install this shelter. It is steel-reinforced concrete construction installed fully underground. Pay nothing down. 5 years to pay. Phones open Sunday for noon to 5. Dial BR549. That's BR549. Act today. And now, here is your game show host for the end times, Kerry Jackson.
Thank you, Johnny Ola.
You're welcome.
Professional game show announcer. All right, the randomizer has picked a contestant. You'll be playing against Christian today. Christian, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
All right, Christian, you're going to toss a coin to see who goes first. It will give you the advantage in the game if you call it correctly, heads or tails.
Tails.
Let's see what happens. Oh, it is heads. Gina
Oh,
Barberi goes first.
You're going to have to work for these tickets, Christian.
Yes, first question is for Gina to answer on her own. It's multiple choice, pop culture trivia. If she gets it correct, she gets the point. If not, Christian, hope you were paying attention. I'll allow you to answer the question correctly, stealing the point away. We'll go back and forth till one of you gets 3 points. Because on this day in 1980, The Empire Strikes Back opened. So all of the questions are specifically about that movie, Empire Strikes Back. Not General Star Wars, specifically Empire Strikes Back.
Got it.
So the first question is for Gina. Here we go. Gina.
Yes.
Who fixes the hyperdrive on the Millennium Falcon? Is it 1, Chewie? Is it 2, Cooter Davenport? Is it 3, Fonzie? Or is it 4, R2-D2?
You know, much like Fonzie hitting things, I remember Chewie getting a big wrench and going down there and banging on it and getting it fixed. No?
No.
Terribly sorry.
No?
Terribly sorry.
Christian?
Trick question.
Well, as much as I want to say number 2, I'm going to go with R2-D2.
R2-D2 is the one who fixed it.
Chewie didn't fix it?
Nope.
Gosh, I thought it was Cooter Davenport.
It was broken through the entire movie because it was disabled by the Empire.
Oh.
And R2 figured it out.
Okay.
All right.
Sorry. Oh,
That's
Gina.
1 point for Christian, and Christian controls the question.
Christian. After his battle with Darth Vader, Luke falls down a vent and is stuck hanging out below Cloud City, just barely hanging on with a missing hand and everything. Whom does Luke call out for first? Who does Luke call out for first? Is it 1, Superman? Is it 2? Well, he was injured in an accident, so UtahAdvocates.com. BespinAdvocates.com, probably.
Bespin.
Or would it be 3, Ben Kenobi, or 4, Leia?
4, Leia.
Trick question.
Oh, my.
It's Ben Kenobi.
Calls out for Ben Kenobi first. Ben, why didn't you tell me?
He wouldn't call out for a girl.
Then he reached out
Yes.
for Leia, and that's when we learned that she had the Force.
It's a 1-1. Gina controls the question.
Gina,
Yes.
what does Yoda steal from Luke and R2 on Dagobah?
Okay.
Is it 1, a lamp? Is it 2, an oil can? Is it 3, a Rockford Fosgate Prime 6x9 3-way full-range speaker system? or 4, their Social Security numbers?
A lamp?
Lamp is correct.
That's a point. That's 2 points for Gina.
Mm-hmm.
And 1 point for Christian. We go back to Christian.
Christian, how does Yoda attack R2-D2 while trying to steal the lamp from his grasp? Yoda stole the lamp. R2 tries to get it back. How does Yoda attack him? Is it 1, a sternly worded letter to his supervisor? Is it 2, he tweeted, low IQ droid R2-Poodoo, who is very disliked by the Deep State Jedi Council, should be deported back to Yavin 4 with enemy of the state C-3PO, who is very untalented and whose ratings are in negative numbers?
I love that.
Is it 3, hits him with his walking stick, or 4, levitates him into the swamp?
Well, I really want you to repeat number 2, but I will not have you do that. Number 3.
Hits him with a walking stick.
Yep, there it is. It's tied, but we go back to Gina.
Gina.
This is the winning point.
This is the winning? Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's go here. Gina, what was launched at the beginning of the movie?
What was launched?
What was launched at the very beginning of the movie? Was it 1, our new meme coin Boba Bucks? Is it 2, a cow from the French Taunter's castle? Is it 3, TIE fighters, or 4, probe droids?
Probe droid.
Probe droids.
And Gina wins the game. It was a close-fought contest, however.
It was indeed.
Yes.
Phew.
Congratulations, Gina. You're going to go you get to a concert.
Way to go, Gina.
Well, I mean, I could probably go anyway, so...
Oh, you think so?
Don't you know who she is?
So I'll go ahead and give Christian these Live Nation concert tickets anyway.
All right, hang on the line, Christian.
Listen, I've got to get home. Apparently, we just had a delivery at the house. I've got to help Mrs. Ola unload a whole pallet of Spam into our fallout shelter.
Lucky you. All right. Big Boy News now, brought to you by...
Dive into Shark Summer at Clark Planetarium. Experience jaw-dropping IMAX film Shark Kingdom. Grab limited edition shark gear. Explore shark-themed fun for the whole family. It all starts Memorial Day weekend and runs all summer. Don't miss it. Adventure is circling.
The Scott Adams, the creator of the Dilbert comic strip, which was canceled by most newspapers a couple of years ago over the creator's racist comments, said Monday that he's been diagnosed with the same aggressive prostate cancer as former President Joe Biden. I have the same cancer that Joe Biden has, Adams said Monday during an episode of his YouTube show, Real Coffee with Scott Adams. So I also have prostate cancer that has also spread to my bones. He made the announcement after extending his respect and compassion and sympathy for Biden and his family. Biden announced his diagnosis on Sunday and said he and his family were reviewing treatment options with his doctors. And by the way, can we just stop covering Joe Biden mental facilities and dying? He's not the president anymore.
No.
Leave him alone?
Just kind of leave him alone.
There's plenty of evidence of Trump's decline in the news.
Scott Adams made the announcement after extending his respect and compassion and sympathy for Biden. Adams said he's always in pain, has to use a walker to get around, and he expects to die sometime this summer. It's basically intolerable, he said, of the pain. He's had time to process his diagnosis, and that's given him time to say goodbyes, get his affairs in order. And on his YouTube show at the time, among other things, he described black people as a hate group and said he would no longer help black Americans. Now, he later said he was being hyperbolic, but he continued to defend his stance. Various media publishers across the U.S. denounced the comments as racist and hateful and said that they would no longer provide a platform for his work. And I didn't read Dilbert. I never found it particularly funny, but the editor of the San Francisco Chronicle, which dumped Dilbert in 2022, said that the comic strip went from being quite hilarious, in his opinion, to being hurtful and mean.
I remember reading it early on, and I thought it was funny. But, you know.
The University of Utah has had to close its popular health clinic for LGBTQ youth, pointing to a drop in patients after the legislature's 2023 ban on doctors providing gender-affirming care for transgender minors. The U's Gender Management and Support Clinic, which had been operating out of Primary Children's Hospital, informed all patients of the closure this month and canceled any appointments that had been scheduled for May. U Health spokesperson Kathy Willits confirmed that people who are eligible to continue receiving care have already been transferred to the more general adolescent health program at the university. Our commitment is to follow Utah law and provide quality care for our patients. I think those things are kind of at odds sometimes.
Yeah.
The Utah legislature passed its ban during the 2023 session under her Senate Bill 16, and Governor Cox quickly signed it into law. The measure prohibits transgender people younger than 18 years old from receiving gender-affirming care in the state, such as full mastectomy, often called top surgery, or assessing hormone therapy, such as puberty blockers or testosterone. These treatments are typically prescribed for people experiencing gender dysphoria.
And the people who make these laws that say you can't do this, they haven't talked to any experts.
No.
They don't even know a trans person.
Well,
they read a dark part of the internet and go, well, let's make it a law.
They did have, some people testify.
But they're paid
up at
shills.
the legislature before.
The liberal elites.
A Utah man is now facing several charges after he allegedly called police to say he was trying to kill his wife with a sledgehammer. So he calls the police and says, "Hey, I'm trying to kill my wife with a sledgehammer."
You got any tips?
Dennis Almaday was arrested Monday. He's 77, faces attempted murder and aggravated assault and felony discharge of a firearm charges. According to court documents, Day called the police about 8:50 in the morning, 8:50, and said, "I'm trying to kill my wife, and it's personal."
I guess thank God he called the police.
While Dennis was on the phone with the dispatchers, his wife also called in to report, "My husband hit me in the head with a sledgehammer." When officers arrived at the scene, they found Dennis in the garage. Dennis Day is his name. They found Dennis in the garage of his home holding a .22 caliber handgun. Mr. Day refused to comply with the officer's commands, raised the gun at police before he hid behind a parked truck. Eventually, police were able to get Mr. Day to throw the gun over the truck and into the street. At that point, he was placed under arrest.
Scary.
I don't know. I'm surprised they didn't shoot him. Detectives report that the victim, his wife, had blood coming down her face in a manner consistent with being hit with a heavy object. The victim explained to police that her husband hit her multiple times in the back of the head with a sledgehammer. Jeez.
Wow.
I'm trying to kill my wife. Better get over here.
All right.
Let's see what else we have here. The Trump administration appears to have begun deporting people from Myanmar and Vietnam to South Sudan.
That's not Myanmar or Vietnam.
Despite a court order restricting removals to other countries, attorneys for the migrants said in court documents, and South Sudan is a dangerous place right now. Very dangerous. And finally, this story. Al Scaramouza, the flamboyant seafood pioneer.
Maybe you should save this because I sent Carrie the ad.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Because I thought we should play it.
You sent me the story, and I thought I was to do it.
Yeah. I meant for both of you. For you to do the story and Carrie to play the ad.
Oh, well, we're out of time.
Okay, bye.
Sports weather traffic.
Lady Gaga won a sports Emmy for her Super Bowl performance, Hold My Hand. She's now one award away from an EGOT.
Oh, really?
That's an Emmy. She just needs a Tony, which surely, it's Lady Gaga. She'll get a Tony at some point.
Easily.
You would think.
In the NBA, but Minnesota Timberwolves, they got nothing against Oklahoma City Thunder, 114-88. Let's see, today we've got the Pacers and the Knicks at 6. And then in hockey, Florida Panthers 5, Carolina Hurricanes 2. Today you've got the Oilers and the Stars at 6 o'clock. Salt Lake Bees, they won last night against Omaha. They play Omaha again tonight. And it's Bark in the Park. You can take your puppy to a baseball game. That game starts at 6:30 tonight. Weather, warm and sunny and getting warmer. 72 today for a high, 85 tomorrow, 82 Friday. We stay in the upper 70s, low 80s, looks like all the way through Memorial Day weekend. Traffic, we have some issues going northbound I-15 in Utah County. Crash northbound to milepost 284, that's the SR92 exit. Got a crash northbound I-215 west 26 south. And I guess there's a lot of graduations happening today through Friday, so traffic horrific around BYU and UVU, everything in between. Northbound 89 backed up from 80 Horror and Fruit Heights. They're saying that's graduation traffic as well, so just be aware of that.
All right. Thank you very much. We will take a break. We'll be back after these messages with your list of things that must go. Stand.
things that are can't stand it. Say, I've got to do something about this. Maybe if I send my must go to Radio from Hell, the fine people there will read it on the air, and it'll make me feel better. And sometimes we're told that if we do read your must go on the air, these things do disappear from your life. So send your must goes to Radio from Hell at x96.com. Put must go in the subject line, and we'll maybe read it. You want to go first, Gina?
Sure. One of mine first. We should have a no scent in public policy. And by that, I mean...
everybody.
Perfume?
Well, I'm actually thinking about... So in the women's bathroom here, the soap dispenser is broken. So somebody has purchased a bottle of hand soap.
Yeah.
And it is lilac scented.
Oh.
Yeah. Now, I want to wash my hands, but it is a strong scented...
Yeah.
There should be a... If you're going to buy something like that, it has to have no scent.
That's that Bed Bath & Beyond stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just
really
too,
strong.
Then your hands smell, and then you go to eat lunch, and your hands smell like that all day. Yeah, no, I don't like it.
Do what I do, just don't wash your hands.
Let's see. Please don't use my name. Earworm jingles that do not properly enunciate the name of the business. Not only does it get stuck in my head, I have no idea what it is that is stuck in my head. That's a very specific one. Also, your rights of being practicing your religion. You have the right to your belief and practice of your religion. Sending your children to public school is not practicing religion. Baking a cake for a wedding is not practicing your religion. Having a nationwide craft store is not practicing your religion. Your beliefs are just that. But if you're part of society, your beliefs shouldn't trump, pardon the expression, everything else. Hopefully your magical radio powers can make these go. This from, Mike in Nashville. People who don't clean out their shopping cart after they use it. I should not have to throw away your used sanitizing wipe or weekly ad from the bottom of the cart.
Yes.
People taking my order at a drive-thru who aren't the least bit ready to take the order. They say, go ahead with your order. And as I'm talking, they cut me off and say, I'm sorry, what was that? Get off your phone and listen the first time. Those same people at the drive-thru who, when they give me a drink, withhold the straw until they put it in the bag and the food comes out later. It would be nice to have a few sips while I'm waiting for my food. Prescriptions that aren't covered by insurance must go. If two different doctors say a particular medication would be highly beneficial for me, shouldn't that be enough?
It should be.
People who don't clean their grass clippings off the sidewalk and then it rains and then the clippings stay on the sidewalk for what seems like an eternity. And finally this from our friend Johnny B. Thank you, Lords, for letting me listen. The fine art that health insurance companies and healthcare facilities have choreographed to bungle up coverage and billing on almost every procedure a person goes through for their health care must go. And finally, that snag of skin peeling back from the side of my fingernail that catches in my pants pocket and causes the most unpleasant tearing sensation must go.
Carrie?
Oh, okay. This one from our family. Now, we're using the vet as the example, but at any business that has you waiting for a while.
Okay.
Could be anything. But in our case, it was the vet not having Wi-Fi for guests.
Yes.
We are waiting for, in this case, our dog. Why not let us use the Wi-Fi?
Yeah, could be.
I'm sorry, we don't have Wi-Fi for guests. All right, this one from Austin. Here's my list of things that must go. People saying, if I'm being honest... or to be honest, before sharing their opinion about something. If you don't say that first, does that mean you're about to lie to me? Let's just decide to be honest and skip this meaningless crutch. Calling a certain legume chickpeas when they already have a far superior name, garbanzo beans.
It's a better name.
Stop calling them chickpeas. Maybe people will eat more garbanzo beans and everyone eat more of them and be healthier. I suggest we call them bargonzo beans if you want to market and make them cool. Let's see. This one from, it does not say I can use the name. Nerd gummy clusters. I'm so addicted to them. Even thinking about them makes my mouth water.
Nerd gummy clusters.
Nerd gummy clusters. This one from Please Don't Use My Name. The sound of liquid pouring in a glass in ads. It sounds like fingernails on a chalkboard to me.
I think it's soothing. I like it.
2, not being a position in life where I can be baked at 8:20 in the morning to play Beat Gina. All right. Ultra clicky radio buttons that are so loud. I wish this person would have been more specific. What they're talking about. And sending in a must-go that doesn't get read because it's too long and too much of a bummer must-go. And let's see, this one, please don't use my name. For the love of all things, get rid of your adult toys before your kids have to find them in your nightstand.
Okay.
Finding those things really must-go. Oh, my, I wonder what the situation was. All right, go ahead.
Was that it?
Yeah.
All right, I have one of my own that must go. Mike Johnson, Speaker of the House Mike Johnson, and all of those lying sacks back in Washington trying to pass this big, beautiful bill.
Oh, they're taking away your Medicare.
They got to go. They got to go. Let's see. This says, good morning, Radio from Hell. My thing that must go, being way too baked during the concert of Grateful Dead cover bands at the park. Way too baked.
I think you're better off.
No one else finding Angela Bassett sexy as the President of the United States in the final Mission Impossible movie.
What?
And white Afrikaners coming to the USA as refugees because of a fake genocide must go.
Exactly.
Tony. This one says, Tasha from Plain City. My thing that must go is pricing my home reasonably for the market just to have somebody give me a lowball offer. If you can't afford it, don't even look. And also having a beautiful new shower glass that you think you've cleaned spotless just to have the sunshine hit it and show all the streaks.
Disappointing.
And this one says, hello, lords and lady. You may use my name. With the end of the school year upon us, there are a few things that must go. The phrase in the books. For example, posts on social media that say, another school year in the books. Another soccer banquet in the books. Another seminary graduation in the books. Which books are these going into? History books? Scrapbooks? Name the books. Number 2, the month of May being a busier month than December between sports playoffs, end of school year parties, banquets, choir concerts, award ceremonies, field trips, field day, graduations for every grade. Is this necessary? This mama is on the edge of what the youths call a melty bee.
Yep.
Ooh. Oh, a mentee bee. Not a melty bee, a mentee bee. Number 3, our dystopian nightmare. What must go? In the words of the Violent Femmes, everything, 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 everything. Thank you for your time and attention on these matters, and thank you for your continued allyship of the marginalized and scapegoated people in our community. Sincerely, your BFOP, Marissa McPeck Stringham.
Oh, nice.
Things that must go on the radio. From Hell Show.
Traffic.
If you're trying to get to Weber State for graduation ceremonies this morning, you're probably going to be late.
Yeah, forget it.
Several miles of nearly stopped traffic on northbound Highway 89 from Gordon Avenue in Layton all the way to Harrison Boulevard in Ogden.
Turn around. They'll mail you your diploma. Just head home.
And high school graduations are happening all day today through Friday, so traffic horrific around BYU, UVU, everything in between. Lots of graduation-related issues with traffic. If you'd like to share some of your issues with us, or tell us, what you're graduating, what you getting your degree in today, we'd like to hear from you and tell you congratulations. You can text it to us 33986. Tired of paying too much for concerts? Experience great live music, enjoy adult beverages without paying stupid prices at Salt Lake's coolest venues. Check out Daniel Rodriguez with Emily Hicks, Wednesday, May 21st. Why, that's today at the State Room. Get tickets at thestateroompresents.com.
Do you happen to know where they're having the graduation ceremonies at Weber? Is it on campus or is it?
I don't know.
Don't they usually have it in the stadium?
Was it? Oh, I remember it was out. It was outdoors when I was there.
Yeah,
at the in the football stadium.
That's probably right.
KXRK Provo. We will take a break, play a song. After the song, it's the Boner Recap Game. Easy to play. All you got to do is tell us who won the boner this morning. If you were listening, well, you know. If you weren't listening, Might as well cheat. Go to x96.com. Look for the box that says Boners, May 21, 2025. Click on there. It'll say winner next to the correct answer, which is who won the boner. What is the prize for today?
Tickets to see Sleep Theory with special guests Nevertell, Oxymorons, and Stray View Friday, June 6th at the Complex.
All right, you get those Sleep Theory tickets. 877-602-9696 is the number to call. You can call during these messages in a song. The sooner you call, the better your place in line to play.
This really gives a lie to the old adage that cheaters never prosper.
Indeed. 877-602-9696. Stockton 12 Honda.
Yes, indeed. Stockton 12 Honda, your number one Honda dealer, voted Salt Lake City's best import and new car dealer of 2025. And there's a bigger news for your wallet. Great trade-in values right now. They're at the peak. The appraisers are ready to offer you maximum money for your car, your trade-in vehicle. So if you're looking to get a new car, you're thinking about it, you should go to Stockton 12 Honda. I've bought cars there myself, and I can vouch for it. It's always been a great experience, and you get a good value. You buy a Honda, you can't go wrong. They have other models of cars there, and in their new and certified used department as well. You can see what they have if you want to go online. They have a pretty good cataloging of their entire inventory online. You just go to Stockton, the number 12honda.com. But then you'll end up going into the dealership anyway. But that kind of gives you a head start, gives you a way to go. So Stockton 12 Honda, your neighborhood Honda dealer, Southtown Auto Mall, Sandy.
Todd.
Well.
Did you watch the Oscars, Frank?
The in memoriam
Only
part,
the in
yeah.
memoriam. That's all I tuned in for.
So that you could weep uncontrollably, right?
Oh, I watched the entire Oscars because I love our precious celebrities.
I know you
They're
do.
all in one place there.
Everything they say and do is right.
Did you like any of the movies? Have you seen any of them?
I haven't had a chance to, no.
Well,
I'm told that I would like the one that won Best Picture.
Yeah.
Yes, I think you would.
Everything Everywhere All at Once.
I think you would like it a lot. Frank Christ is here in the studio. For those of you who don't know, he's a grim reaper. Well, he's a weeping reaper, essentially. His job is to take the souls of precious celebrities, and it's ironic because he loves the precious celebrities.
It's the curse.
It makes you just so sad that they've died, and you have to go. But I assume that you're very nice to them. I would assume.
I do what I can.
As nice as a skeleton with a cowl and a scythe can be.
I try to make it easy for them.
That's nice.
I've started offering them small bottles of water now.
Well, that's very good.
Ride.
Kind of like an Uber driver.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's very nice. Well, Frank is here. We play a game every weekday. It's called Frank Chris Presents.
They're fine. They're just fine.
I have four celebrities here. Three of them are, as Frank said.
Fine. I've never met them.
Just fine. But one of them, Frank has met and carted off to wherever dead celebrities go. The underworld, I think, somewhere like that. And we have a contestant to play the game to decide which one is no longer with us. Who do we have?
Adrian is here.
Adrian, how are you?
I'm good. Oh, wait, I'm fine. I'm just fine.
Well, thank you, Adrian.
That's very good, Adrian. Very good. I'm glad you're fine. You're just fine. Adrian, I've got four celebrities here, and one of them is no longer with us. You'll have to decide who it is. Gina, what would Adrian win?
Tickets to see the Lumineers at USANA Amphitheater on September 3rd with special guest James Bay.
Nice.
I thought you were going to say something else. Special guest James Bay. All right, Adrian, I've got four famous tattoo artists here. Tattooists. One of them is dead, and you have to figure out which one, okay? Number one is Ed Hardy, very famous tattooist, known strong influence on the development of modern tattoo styles. And his apparel and accessories brand is very well known throughout the world, too. Hardy formed a relationship with one of the pioneers of modern tattoo culture, a tattooist named Sailor Jerry, who had a major impact on Hardy's work. And they, he Red Hardy sort of copied his work and then developed his own style. And he's licensed a lot of clothing based on Ed Hardy tattoo artwork. Number 1, Ed Hardy. Number 2, a woman, Mary Jane Hackey, I think her name is, American tattoo artist and authority on medical tattooing and permanent makeup tattooing, cosmetic tattooing. Hackey grew up here in Salt Lake City. Remembers being fascinated at the age of 5 by a man with a train tattoo that ran from arm to arm across his chest.
Oh, that's impressive.
Has your Todd Newcomb thought about that?
Hackey showed how tattooing can restore eyebrows that have been lost to alopecia, repigment areas affected by vitiligo, or recreate nipples on mastectomy patients. She has become quite famous in the medical tattooing community. Number 2, Mary Jane Hackey. Number 3, Sailor Jerry himself. Very, very influential tattooist. His tattoo studio was one of the first to use an autoclave to sterilize equipment. Carrie and I have been in that studio in Hollywood, and Sailor Jerry was the Sailor Jerry rum. I'm sorry, I'm tongue-tied here. Sailor Jerry rum. That picture on the label is one of his fine tattoos. And number 4 on the list, Paul Timman. A number of celebrity clients, including, he's done tattoos on Angelina Jolie, Ben Affleck, Busta Rhymes, Pamela Anderson, Mark Wahlberg, and he did a magic mushroom on Billy Bob Thornton. Number 4, Paul Timman. So of those 4, who is no longer with us?
I'm going to say 3, Sailor Jerry.
You would be correct, Sailor Jerry.
Yay!
Sailor Jerry. He's now he had 3 very well-known proteges: Ed Hardy, Zeke Owen, and Mike Malone. And Mike Malone was the tattoo artist who gave me my first tattoo at that shop. And he's no longer with us either. So congratulations, Adrian. You've won. Do you have any tattoos? Adrian?
I do, yes.
Yeah, good. Okay, cool.
Yes.
You've won tickets to...
The Lumineers at USANA Amphitheater on September 3rd.
That'll be great.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Hang on, Adrian. Yeah, Mike Malone. I looked up his obituary. He really was well known, and he was sort of responsible for getting that Sailor Jerry rum going with another guy.
Delicious.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking at the celebrity birthdays today.
Yes.
Yeah.
Has anyone seen Neil Sedaka?
Sama Kama down. No, I haven't.
84?
Yeah.
Oh.
And Bill, I'm sorry.
What?
Has anyone seen Charo?
Oh, your girlfriend, Charo.
Coochie.
82.
Oh, she's
my
just
gosh.
fine.
She's fine. She's just fine.
Of course she
Got
is.
more energy than the 3 of us put together.
William H. Macy,
What?
73.
He's okay.
He's fine.
Yeah.
Dana Delaney, 67.
She's fine, too. All these people are fine.
Well, you never know.
Maybe not Neil Sedaka.
I think maybe you should go sit outside Neil Sedaka's house.
I think I'll go down to the pier and look for him.
All right.
He's on the south. He's on the west coast there. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Oh, I had so much trouble getting through those tattoo artists.
Yeah, it happens.
Drives me crazy when that happens to me.
So yesterday I had an appointment for
a skin graft.
Not a graft. Bill has this done quite often.
Regularly.
Where he gets things burned off his face.
6 minutes, they find little precancerous things on my face. Because I've had some really bad ones, and so we're going to get them early.
And none of this is bad. It's just let's get rid of all that. So I was there and had it done, and I was not prepared for the aftermath.
Yeah, you look pretty beat up.
I look pretty beat up, well, which is great. I'm glad I had it done. And, but they said let it ooze.
Yeah.
Don't and it's hard because it itches, and I want to catch it. What
Was it the liquid nitrogen? Is that what?
No, this was a laser.
Oh, yeah. See, they use liquid nitrogen on me, so they don't do that. What you're getting
But I'm
there.
oozing.
Yeah.
So I'm leaving my appointment oozing, and my mom calls. You might remember a while ago I told you my mom had a kidney stone.
The Sainted Mary Claire had
Yes.
a kidney stone.
And at the time, they said, we can do surgery or you can wait it out. And at the time she said, well, I'll wait it out.
Hasn't gotten better.
Well, because the kidney stone can move,
Uh-huh.
so it gets to a point where you're like, oh, well, it doesn't hurt anymore because it's making its way.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. But then it hits you out of the blue. And it was, and she said, and she was home, and Daddy Gary was at work, and she was trying to talk me into just sitting there at her house with her till he got home from work. I'm like, no, we're gonna go to the hospital.
Now, can I guess what's happening here? First of all, she tried to talk you into sitting and waiting because she did not want to be seen.
Well, she.
Am I right?
No, no.
With you?
Because this is on the phone. She doesn't know this is
okay.
what's showing up at her house.
I see. Okay. I thought you were there.
No.
Okay.
She's doing I'm fine. No, I don't need to go to the hospital. I'm like, Mom, you need to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
So I get to her house and she sees my face and it's, oh my God, what happened? I'm like, it's fine. I just had some stuff lasered off my face. So we go to the emergency room.
Mm-hmm.
She's in a great deal of pain. We're there for her.
Oh, I'm not laughing that she's in pain.
No.
I just know it's.
But the first thing she says when the doctor comes in, she says, I just have to let you know, my daughter had stuff burned off her face. She's not a meth addict. She was very concerned.
She's a beautiful girl, really.
About me being seen in public.
Yeah.
Like this.
I thought she was going to say, you wait in the car.
No, but before we address any of her problems, she had to get it out there. My daughter who brought me is not a meth addict.
Didn't really want to be seen with you.
Wow. Yeah.
Okay. Well.
So that's my quick
All
story.
Something obviously went wrong there.
Norm in Mapleton says the Karma Police is going to get you in Mapleton.
Norm was always so articulate.
Yes. Because on this day, in 1997, Radiohead released their third studio album, OK Computer, featuring Paranoid Android, No Surprises, Airbag, Lucky, and that on Karma Police.
What year was that?
97. All right, there you go. Would you play Karma Police?
Would you play Karma?
Used to have someone call us. And
Every day.
That's all. That's
Every day.
Just say in that voice. Will you play Karma Police?
Would you play Karma Police?
And then hang up. They'd hang up.
Yep.
Well, I hope he's listening. We finally played it.
Yeah. Took us enough time.
Boner recap time?
I suppose.
Who do we have there?
Let's see. It looks like Mindy. Mindy is here.
Mindy, good morning.
Good morning.
Are you okay?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
What are you doing?
Absolutely nothing this morning.
Good for
Well, then you
you.
have plenty of time to do the boner recap for us.
It's lovely to have a morning where you do nothing. Mindy, if you can tell me who won the boners today, you will win a prize. I think it's a fine prize. Is it, Gina?
It is. It's tickets to see Sleep Theory with special guests Never Tell, Oxymorons, and Stray View Friday, June 6th at the Complex.
That'd be okay, huh?
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Did you hear the boner candidates earlier?
I did. Number 2.
Well, let Bill tell everybody. If people missed them, maybe they want to hear.
Yeah, but. and I think you may want to reconsider that answer too. Boner candidate number 1. No one checks their work anymore. This is a story about this reporter using a chat GPT to write a story about books that you could read this summer, and the chat GPT wrote out all these famous authors. Unfortunately, the titles of the books are books that they hadn't written. No, the Chat GPT. It hallucinates sometime, and it just made up titles. So that was number one. Oh, and then nobody fact checked it, and it got into several newspapers. Boner candidate number 2. But I'm not dead yet. Craig Haskell, Utah National Guard veteran. He's very much alive, but the Department of Veterans Affairs declared him dead, and he was without benefits for 5 months, trying to prove to them that he was in fact alive. Finally, I think it was Gephardt that really did it, although the Veterans Affairs Department said, no, that's a coincidence that we started his benefits up again when you contacted us. It was just a coincidence. And then boner candidate number 3, Ice Barbie Christy Nome is dangerously ignorant. She was testifying before a committee, and she has no idea what the right of habeas corpus is. As a matter of fact, she has the exact opposite idea in her head as to what it is, and that's not a good thing. So those were the 3 candidates. Now, Mindy, you're very, very quick to jump on number 2, but maybe you've rethought that a little bit.
I did.
What? Go ahead.
I want to say 3.
Yes.
There you go.
There you go.
I want you to say 3 too.
There you go. That's how you win it here. That's how you win it with our help. I don't. Do we do any legitimate? Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Okay. Congratulations, Mindy. You've won those concert tickets. Hang on.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hang on. Katie will tell you what you need to do next.
Yes. Hang on.
The winning is easy on the Radio from Hell show. There's no reason to not win something.
Radio and the winning is easy.
We take you by the hand and help you win.
We won't let you leave without winning.
That's right. You must take this prize, please.
You must win.
Yeah.
All right. We will take a break. We'll be back after these messages with some big boy news and a pinuendo, all the leftover stuff that we got for you. Concert calendar coming up as well. Stand by for all of that. UtahAdvocates.com.
Well, it's, as you pointed out, I think, Carrie, the 100 days of...
Yeah,
what do they call it?
100 Deadliest Days.
Deadliest Days.
Starting Memorial Weekend and going through the summer, there are a lot of accidents. So let's hope that number is not a large number this year. But if you are injured in an accident, you need to get the advocates involved as soon as possible.
I thought it was interesting. Mark pointed out yesterday that the accidents in the summertime are more serious because people are driving faster.
Yeah, there are accidents in the winter, but usually you're slowing down and then you slide into somebody. It's not because you're going above the speed limit.
So if you get hurt in an accident, you call the advocates, and they will determine on the phone if you have a case. You don't pay them for the phone call. You don't pay them any money, as a matter of fact, out of your own pocket. You only pay the advocates. Well, you don't ever pay them. The insurance company does. They take a part of the settlement. 801-355-5550 or UtahAdvocates.com. Yesterday, we at the end of the show, I had a couple of emails, and one of them was talking about how the writer was saying how much he likes our show, and part of the reason he likes it is that we don't do fake radio voices.
Oh.
It's just our normal voices.
So this is
sort of a. I answered the email, and he just sent back another little tag to that.
Is it of
interest?
Is it
what he wants to
do. I guess.
Email of interest.
He said, I also enjoy the humor of Edward K. Brass, sports announcer and judicial hobbyist.
Judicial hobbyist?
Yes.
Yes.
Ed will be thrilled to hear this.
And then I got this email. Dear Radio from Hell, beloved leaders of radio.
Ooh.
I just received a text message from a random number saying that I owe Utah Toll Services $11 in an unpaid toll. And if I didn't pay it soon, I would be charged $50 in late fees.
Don't do it.
Also in the text message, it had a link to a .com website. Don't worry, I didn't click the link. I went to UDOT's website, and there they have on their news and alerts section details about the FBI public service announcement and about these text scams.
Yep.
On the page, it states Express Lane program does not use text messages to request payment for fines or tolls. I just wanted to spread the word to our friends of the program. For more details, you can see the UDOT website. Just go to udot.utah.gov and look up express lanes and alerts.
There you go.
And if you get one of those emails, do not click on it. You don't. They're just trying to get money and get information, your access to your information.
You had an email?
I have a quick email.
Okay.
Hello, Gina. My name is Joe. I've listened to the show since the 90s in KJQ. The reason for this email is to let everyone know that despite having disabilities, you're able to do anything you can work toward. My wife is on supplemental oxygen and fighting lupus, and she still continues to run 5K, 10K, and half marathons. She's been nominated to be on the cover of Ms. Health and Fitness.
Wow.
Also comes with a prize that would allow her the funds to get her better oxygen equipment. I was hoping you could spread the word. She's currently in 12th place, and I would love to see her win. So if you'd like to vote for Ms. Tori Sutton for Ms. Health and Fitness, just go to mshealthandfit.com, and you can vote for a friend of the program, Tori.
Well, there we go.
That's very nice to do.
There were certainly a couple of emails of interest.
Number 4, Donald Trump wants a fancier airplane. Doesn't care where it comes from or how he gets it.
Yeah.
Turns out that the idea to gift Trump this long, unsellable 747, the one in Qatar, started with Trump's folks offering to lease the jet from Qatar. This gift was made from the goodness of their hearts to the convicted felon and adjudicated sexual offender out of a concern for his comfort and not just the illegal bribe everyone else on earth knows it is.
Yeah.
Constitution seems irrelevant here. Trump wants a jet. After Trump took office in January, the Pentagon contacted Boeing and was told that the company would not be able to deliver the new jets it was building to replace the aging presidential planes for another 2 years, Air Force One.
But I want a new jet
The
now.
sources say the report continued. However, administration officials didn't want to have to wait that long. And at the time, Trump tasked his Middle East envoy, Steve Witkoff, with finding a list of viable planes. The defense minister ultimately reached out to Qatar, proposing that they supply the aircraft originally with the thinking that it would be a lease agreement, but the idea quickly evolved into Qatar just simply giving it to them.
because they couldn't sell it.
All of this stands in contrast to Trump's characterization of the arrangement, as he repeatedly described the potential deal as a gesture or a contribution from Qatar's royal family. A gift, free of charge, he wrote. He said it would be a temporary replacement for Air Force One and given to his presidential library after he leaves office, but not denied and then I won't fly in it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Who has explained to him, or has anyone explained to him, that you can't just buy a plane and use it as Air Force One?
I don't think
you just can't do that.
Whole cucumbers have been recalled amid a salmonella outbreak, according to the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. In a release, the FDA said the cucumbers grown by Bedner growers in Boynton Beach, Florida, were distributed by Fresh Start Produce Sales Incorporated between April 29th and May 19th, and according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, 26 people have been sickened in the outbreak across 15 states, with 9 of them being hospitalized. And by the way, these cucumbers were from same place that some months ago. It was another batch of cucumbers that caused a salmonella outbreak.
Why can't they recall things that I don't want to eat?
I don't know. It's not fair, is it?
I like cucumbers.
Located in a darkened part of the Northeast Pacific Ocean, the submarine volcano has erupted 3 times since its discovery. This is a volcano that's in the ocean. 1998, 2011, and 2015, according to Bill Chadwick, a research associate at Oregon State University and an expert on the volcano. Fortunately for residents of California, Oregon, and Washington, axial seamount, that's the name of the seamount, that's the name of the volcano, doesn't erupt explosively, so it poses no risk of any tsunami. Mount St. Helens, Mount Rainier, Mount Hood, Crater Lake, those kind of volcanoes have a lot more gas and are more explosive in general. The magma is more viscous, Chadwick said.
Viscous magma.
Axial is like the volcanoes in Hawaii and Iceland. Less gas, the lava is very fluid, so there isn't really a tremendous danger. But it's interesting that there is. It's pretty close to California.
Liquid hot magma.
Well, here it is.
What?
The story about the crawfish king.
This is great.
Oh, okay.
It's great. He's dead, Gina. What's great about that? Al Scaramuzza, the flamboyant seafood pioneer known as the Crawfish King, who helped make the mud bug a staple of Louisiana cuisine, died Sunday at his home in Metairie after a brief illness. He was 97.
He's famous in Louisiana for these horrible homemade TV ads for Seafood City.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Here we go. Let me see if I can get one up here. Seafood City ad.
Oh my God, Dr. Kamuzi is hurt. How you feel? I feel bad. Oh, take this crawfish good medicine. I feel good. I feel good. I feel good. Seafood City is a very pretty down the road in St. Bernard. That's Seafood City, 1826.
Don't you want to go to Seafood City?
Sure.
How you feel? Not good. Have some crawfish. I feel good.
I don't care for crawfish. They're called mud bugs.
Yeah.
They taste muddy. I think I don't like them very much. But there you go. He began selling live and boiled crawfish in 1951, a time when the crustaceans were largely considered food for the poor. 15 cents a pound. Crawfish are a hard sell, so Scaramuzza taught customers how to peel and eat them, eventually moving more than 20,000 pounds a day in peak seasons. So he's a pretty damn good salesman. I'll give him that.
One day I decided to make my own crawdad. I threw it in the pot without the water.
Whoopi Goldberg is revealing why she ditched her bra decades ago.
Yeah.
Wait till you hear. During Tuesday's episode of The View, the EGOT winner, she's an EGOT winner, pretended to take a little nap at the Hot Topics table.
She wasn't pretending.
During a conversation surrounding the proper way to put on the aforementioned garment. When asked by Sunny Hostin for her thoughts, Goldberg snapped out of her reverie and responded, "What? I don't wear a bra. I haven't worn a bra in 50 years because I didn't understand. It's too uncomfortable, and I don't mind if they hit the floor. They're mine."
So they were having this discussion about bras and how you put them on.
Okay.
And women have very big feelings about this.
Yes.
So you either, some women turn the bra around and latch it and then spin it around and put it on.
Because it's too hard to reach around and
But
latch it from the back.
my whole life, have done the reach back.
You put it on and then reach
put it on the
behind
way
you.
it's supposed to be, and you reach back and you clasp it. But remember when I had my torn rotator cuff? That was one of the first ways I discovered something was up because I couldn't do that.
Well, show us. Take off your shirt and show us.
Okay.
But now, do you know what? I cleaned out my closet over the weekend. I know this is news, but I cleaned out my closet over the weekend.
This is big news.
And I got rid of all of my clasping bras except for two. I have a black one and a flesh colored
So
one.
you've just got they just sort of stretch you over.
Every other thing else I'm doing is the no clasp.
No clasp.
I tell you, when I was a little kid, the worst thing I ever had to do was help my mom with her bra.
Mommy! Why did you have to help your mom with her bra?
Because she couldn't latch it.
She could have done the spin around.
I don't know. Come here and latch my bra for me.
But I've decided at this point in my life, I was hanging on to all of these. I was hanging on to all of these claspy bras that I hate. And some clothes that you wear, you kind of need that kind of bra. But
I'm making a note in my journal about this.
This is important. And so
this is the day that Gina got rid of her claspy bras.
95% of my bras are now, they're comfortable.
Oh,
There's no wires.
That's great.
There's no clasps.
That's wonderful.
With this bra technology,
I'm so
has
happy
gotten
for you.
So much better.
Sue is a latch behind the back person.
Yeah.
Well, you know what this was?
Muy importante.
Yes, it was.
And really, then we could have a whole discussion about how difficult it was for young men to remove bras at various
first.
times.
Did you practice how to do the one-handed?
If by practice you mean
doing it a lot.
Doing it a lot. Yeah.
But
and you know what we mean by doing it a lot.
One.
Yeah, I could do it. I got pretty
One
good
hand.
at it.
Yeah, just
Hey.
Muy importante.
There was a Post Malone Oreo. Guess what? There's a Selena Gomez Oreo now.
Okay.
Muy importante.
It's an all new flavor.
Okay, what is it?
It's
we need to know.
the new limited edition Selena Gomez Oreos are
I know this.
cinnamon and chocolate flavored. Cinnamon and chocolate.
Okay.
Inspired by one of her favorite beverages. Horchata!
Because, see, I watched her cooking show. I know this.
They talked about it.
Yes.
Okay.
And Mattel, so they did the Barbie movie.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing another toy movie, an animated movie, Whack-A-Mole.
Does that? No, we don't. No, we don't need that.
Sure we do.
I don't know.
Okay.
When's the Kool-Aid movie? I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Let's see what else is going on. That's muy importante. Oh, Tom Cruise had an awkward response when asked about his Father's Day plans. If Father's Day is just around the corner, the E! News journalist noted, using the phrase just around the corner. He said, what would an ideal Father's Day look like for you? Tom Cruise paused and said, well, just having fun, man. But he looked
awkward.
He looked really like.
Well, I mean, he has the kids with Nicole Kidman that he is in contact with.
His daughter Suri has abandoned him for a decade.
Yep, she don't like him now.
10 years they've been estranged.
Yep.
Muy importante.
Exactly.
Yeah. Weather?
It's beautiful. High 72, sunny skies. Tomorrow 85, Friday 82. We stay in the upper 70s to low 80s all the way through Memorial Weekend. Should just be a great, sunny, nice holiday, it looks like.
All right.
Big deals on Big O Tires are here. Save up to $120 instantly on select sets of tires at Big O Tires, the team you trust.
Listen to Radio from Hell and Home. from Hell.
All right. Is this a sponsored feature?
Live Nation.
Live Nation is who sponsored it? All right. There's Trent's there.
Is Trent there?
He is,
Oh,
yes.
Trent, hi.
Good morning.
It's Trent Falcone. I was a little surprised because it says on our schedule.
That was my bad. I forgot to take it off from last week. He wasn't here last week.
I know that. I thought he was still out of
No,
town.
I just didn't delete that.
He's
Forgot
here.
about it.
Look, he's right there.
Where?
Right there.
Where?
I am.
Oh, there you are. Hi, Trent.
Here I am. Yes. How are you guys?
Pretty good. Pretty good. I think.
Well, that's good to hear. I hope so.
It's let's say we're as good as can be expected given the current situation.
I'll take that, Bill. I'll take that.
All right, Trent, have we got a lot of stuff to talk about today?
It's kind of a fast week with the holiday weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's kind of brief, but there's some good stuff. So let's see. What's today? Today's Wednesday. Friday, May 23rd, Dr. Brady's Oral Fixation Tour is coming to the Depot. Same evening, over at Maverick Center, it's Alejandro Fernandez. I'm told that's a great show, if that's your thing. Saturday, May 24th, Turnover is at the Depot. That one might be sold out, but I think there's a few tickets floating around. And then Tuesday, May 27th, also at the Depot, The Bouncing Souls. I would tell you the name of the tour, but there's a swear word in it, so I can't tell you that.
I'm just surprised they're still around, honestly.
Right?
Yeah.
They're a great time.
Oh, they are,
a great time. On sale Thursday, 10 a.m., Wolf Alice, October 4th at the Complex. And then on sale Friday, 10 a.m., Blue October, coming to the Union. That's going to be Saturday, October 25th. Lorna Shore, October 20th at the Union. Ice Nine Kills coming to the Union August 20th. And Fly by Midnight is October 8th at the Soundwell. And another one I forgot to put on my list today at 10 a.m., the $30 Tickets to Summer Sale goes live. So that's that's what it is. $30 lawn tickets to the amphitheater, to Utah First. A whole list of shows. Great way to get some seats, or some tickets rather.
Yeah.
So 10 a.m. today. Then the prize for this week, we've got 2 tickets to see Beats Antique. That is May 30th at the Depot. Those tickets are going to be in will call. And then the ass whooping of the week.
You'll be there.
Yep.
Napalm Death with the Melvins, May 29th at Metro.
That is a show.
Wow.
That is a punk rock
give
show.
give you 2 tickets to that. Now it's first come, first serve. 877-602-9696. You ought to throw in some earplugs with that.
I'll say.
Napalm Death.
Yeah, absolutely bring your earplugs.
Yeah.
Absolutely, you're going to need them. So,
Hey, Trent, how big a venue is the Union? What is that? What does that hold? Do you know?
it's about it's around 3,000.
Okay.
Yeah, the Union's fairly big.
It's what?
Yeah, it's kind of reminiscent of. It's got the upper deck, lower deck. It's got a
Right.
pretty good rail up top, and
Mhm.
it used to be called the Rail Event Center. If you've ever been there,
Yeah.
back in the day.
Yeah, okay.
So
I was just
yeah.
wondering, the Blue they'll sell that out. Blue October will sell that out.
Sure.
Well, it's Utah's favorite band. So
Seems to be.
Utah's own.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yep.
they are beloved here.
All right.
All right, Trent Falcone, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we'll see you next week. Thanks, guys.
Bye-bye. All right.
I call Blue October the non-local band.
Yeah, they're here a lot.
Yep. What do you got?
Other things, again, it is Memorial Day weekend, so not a lot of things are happening. On Friday, you have the Jaunty and Lapdog over at the Stateroom. You also have Billy Joe and Sting. I'm sorry, not Billy Joel. Billy Joel with an L and Sting over at Ricecle Stadium.
That's a different show.
It is. I grew up with a Billy Joe, so it's stuck in the head. Other things on Friday, you have the Royals versus the Orlando Pride over at the America First Fields. On Saturday, Real Salt Lake is playing Vancouver at the America First Fields. And if you want to go over and have a drink over at Piper Down, they're doing In the Wave, which is kind of like a cover show of a bunch of your favorite songs. I'm not exactly sure, but
And to back up, I think it's just Sting.
Is it just Sting?
I think Billy Joel.
Oh, I think you're right.
Yeah, he's ill.
Yeah, he can't. Yes, it is just Sting.
Well, and it's next year.
Oh,
it's
the calendar is so messed up that I go off of. I'm
it's
sorry.
May 22nd, 2026.
Okay. Don't listen to that.
I
will
don't
take
want
that.
people panicking.
Don't listen to
about-
that. That's a whole different thing then. That's next year.
Yes.
Just giving you a year's worth of heads up.
I'm putting it in my calendar now, though.
Oh, okay, good. Good call.
For next year.
Other things happening. You have Zooluminate over at the Hogle Zoo this is the last weekend for that. The Woodland Fairy Festival over at Gardner Village is going on the weekends. The Harry Potter the Exhibit is starting over at Southtown Mall, or the Shops at Southtown, which is what they're calling it recently. So that's happening. And then the farmers markets are finally starting up. You've got Wheeler Farm Farmers Market on Sunday from 9 to 1.
Okay.
So that's what I've got for you. And then Monday is Memorial Day, so
all right,
we'll all be off.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
We don't have to work
Nope.
Monday.
I've got to prep stuff for Monday, but you guys don't. So that's what I've got. It's all up on our website. I will go take off that Billy Joel and Sting thing. I probably should have looked at that closer, but it was on the.
As you were saying that, I'm like, no.
It was on the Salt Lake events page for tomorrow or for this weekend, and I was like, oh, I didn't think that was happening.
Nope.
But I went and grabbed it anyway, and
Billy Joel
my
has,
bad.
So they announced this tour,
Mhm.
and then Billy's been sick, so he's canceled everything. So again, this is a year from now. Hopefully he'll be fine, but he's not doing anything.
He'll
now.
either be fine or not with us.
Yeah. Well,
sad. So forget I said that one. But
All right.
that's everything else going on. And
Forget
Memorial.
you said what?
Exactly. Good job. Thanks, guys.
All right. Thank you very much. We will take a break. We'll be back crawling towards the exits after these. Stand by. Oh, Tracy Aviary.
It's Blades.
I like to get there just as the sun is coming up. Yeah, they may not be open, but you can hear the birds outside the aviary. But get in there once they first open. It's nice to walk through in the cool air and enjoy the sound of the birds. 589 East, 1300 South, located in the southwest corner of Liberty Park. It's really gotten big over the years. I remember when it was just kind of a small little place, but now they've put all this excellent building into it.
And they re-landscaped it?
Yeah, exactly. There's all kinds of exhibits and behind-the-scenes exhibit tours and keeper demonstrations and animal encounters, interactive bird shows.
Helen the Bird Lady.
Yes, nature play opportunities. And also $1 from every ticket sold goes to Tracy Aviary's Conservation Fund. They contribute more than $120,000 each year to conservation work in Utah and worldwide throughout the fund. Education and conservation, Tracy Aviary, protecting birds in Utah and beyond. So go and see them. 589 East, 1300 South, southwest corner of Liberty Park, tracyaviary.org.
Need some geek news? Carrie brings you up to date twice a week on the We got an email from our friend, that good-looking Rhett Thomas.
Best-looking guy I know. Well, except for Carrie.
He used to be on the radio with us.
Yep.
And checks in with us from time to time. He sends this email of interest, sort of. Hey, friends, you're so good at doing this for babies. Perhaps you could help with a dog. What should we name this guy? We've been fostering him, but we think we'll keep him. That's nice of you, Rhett.
Yeah.
Ever since you played John Mellencamp to start the show the other day, I want to call him Mellencamp, and we could just call him Mel. He's a blue heeler cattle dog mix. I kind of like the name Blue, especially since he's mostly orange. Or it could be Rusty. So I think a lot of blue heelers are named Blue.
Don't do
think
that.
Don't do that. He said, I'm also completely happy with Doggy McDogface. Thanks for letting me listen. Rhett. And he sent some pictures of the pup, who looks just like a sweetheart.
Now, I'm not very good at this.
Naming dogs?
I'm not either.
Because I replied to Rhett with my suggestion.
Which was what?
I said, he looks kind of like a Dexter to me.
Mm-hmm.
Not the serial killer, but Dexter Riley, Kurt Russell.
Mm-hmm.
Look it up. And Rhett replied, sad thing is, that's the only name that I won't use.
Oh, no.
Dexter was my dog of 13 years who got cancer and died earlier this year.
Way to go, Carrie.
I'm like, wow, I did not do
How
well.
could you know that?
I couldn't know that.
There's no way you could know that.
So might I suggest then, we stick with the Kurt Russell theme, and we name him Jack, which is Jack Burton, his character in Big Trouble in Little China. How about that?
You could do Snake.
Snake Plissken.
Snake Plissken.
Except you have to name the. I think you'd have to call the dog Snake Plissken. Here, Snake Plissken.
You'd have to.
I had a dog. I'm not good at naming dogs. I've only had a very few dogs, and when I was in high school, I acquired a dog who I named Fred L. Montmorency. That's not a very good dog name.
Look up the name of the dog in that Predator movie, the new one.
Oh,
because it looks
he
kind of
looks
like
that, huh? Predator.
I just realized looking at the picture.
Oh yeah,
Prey is the movie.
That's the same kind of dog.
Yeah, it looks like the same kind of dog.
Yeah, that was a blue heeler.
Yeah, Prey was the movie.
Let me see. Name
Cujo. Name him Cujo.
No.
No. Rover. Tippy. Name him Tippy.
Shoot. Let's see.
Dog names are. I think Mellencamp is good, but if you name him Mellencamp, call him Mellencamp. Don't call him.
No. I think you call him John Cougar Mellencamp.
Yeah.
John Cougar Mellencamp. You get into.
Yeah.
I think Mellencamp is good, really though. Here, Mellencamp.
I'm sorry. This was my dog. His name was Tippy.
Yeah, see? That's a good dog name.
You didn't find the name of the dog in Prey?
I can't. I mean, Coco is his real name, but that's not the name.
Coco is the real name of the dog.
Sorry?
Is it Sorry?
S-A-R-I-I? Sorry?
I think so.
Does that sound right?
Yeah, it does.
Astro.
Yeah, that'd be good. Rook of the Rimp. Rook of the Rimp. Does he talk, Rhett? Does the dog talk in any way?
John Cougar Mellencamp. I want the whole thing. Because you do that for a cat.
Yeah, Sorry is the dog in Prey. Sorry is not.
No,
that's not good.
Hank. How about Hank? We need
Hank Kingsley.
Yeah, we need dogs to have more human, like Paul. Just name a dog Paul.
Yeah, people names.
Yeah, people names.
Steve?
Yeah. Steve. Hey, Steve. Come here, Steve. Come on. And then, there'd
Alan?
be people
Steve and Alan.
There'd be people who would look around, like, what? Why are you calling me? Yeah, I like,
Alan!
Yeah.
Alan!
Yeah.
Alan!
Yeah.
Alan! Alan!
We're not helping
Ow!
Red, I don't
Alan!
think.
Alan! Alan! Steve! 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 Steve!
You have to
Steve!
bark?
Steve! Steve!
Yeah. Well.
All right.
But good for you for adopting your foster.
Scooby.
Yeah. No.
Arrow. Mel. Pumpkin.
These people just texting
People just
in.
texting in.
Cutie Patootie.
No.
Connor. Tanner.
Tanner? No.
Yeah.
You hear those names enough at the park. They're just over at the playground. They're not.
Bobby.
Yeah, Bobby is good for Bobby Hill.
Yeah.
I like it.
Anyway.
Dave! 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 Dave!
Dave.
Dave! 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 Dave!
Right, you have to make the dog wear a bandana, too.
My assistant, Dave, right?
Somebody says, consider the route I went and chose an 80s film villain. My current dog is Hans Gruber. I love
Gruber.
that. I love that.
Oh, here we go. Dog Cougar Mellencamp. Thank you, Texter.
All right.
That was not helpful at all.
No, sorry. Let's see, 9:53.
Remember I told you the story earlier this week, Monday or Tuesday, yesterday. The Devin or Darius the Bug Boy came to my door.
Yes.
He said, I'm Darius the Bug Boy. I'm here. You mean you're an exterminator? Yeah, I'm taking care of your neighbor's bugs, and I'm here to take care of yours too. And I said, no, I don't want my bugs to be harmed. Leave my porch. And he did. And yesterday, knock on the door. Hi. I'm taking care of washing your neighbor's windows, and it was another guy, and I was wondering if I don't really need no, but he was wearing remember the Bug Boy was wearing a polo shirt with some kind of a logo on it or a name, and it was the same company. I think it said Prime, is what I think, but it was real faded. You couldn't quite read it. So apparently, there's this whole nest of swarm of people out there doing this, and I guess I think tomorrow I'm gonna hi, I do paving. Would you like your driveway repaved? No,
I would tell you to get a no soliciting sign, but they don't help much.
So I usually have a policy of I don't answer my door when somebody knocks on it because most everybody I know doesn't do that.
What if it's civil defense authorities warning you to get out because there's a disaster?
That's been cut.
But
that's been cut. Don't worry about
I have the puppy now, and I'm trying to train the puppy to not come running to the door and barking when people knock on the door. We're trying to learn place.
Yes.
So knock, knock, knock. Oh, Oakley, place. So you go to your place. So actually, I have been answering that's why I met the bug people when they were in my neighborhood, because I'm actually looking.
You're training.
This is being helpful to train, because you want to open the door, and the dog has to stay on the place no matter, and they can't come over until you invite them over to say hello. But typically, I just don't answer the door.
I think what happens with this is it's a whole group of people from out of town, and they put them in a van, and they take them to neighborhoods, and they work neighborhoods for as long as it seems, as long as they seem they can get money out of it, and then they move on.
But do you think it works? How many people are buying something because you knock on the door?
I think it must, because they do it. And I remember some years ago it was magazines. They came when they were going to sell you magazines all the time, and then one time it was. This is the greatest, and I bought it. The greatest cleaning solution that you've ever seen in your life. This will clean anything, and it's only $25 for this bottle of cleaner that will clean anything. And I don't know, something about the young woman, stirred something in me, and I said, "Okay, I'll buy it." And then it just turned out to be soap.
Yeah,
so. Just detergent.
Well, soap will clean anything.
Yeah, but, it was just regular. This isn't like your regular detergent.
No.
All right, let's do the promo and get out of here.
It's graduation season.
Kindergarten, high school, college, it's all happening this week.
Let's X-poll this. Be ready to call in tomorrow about 7:45 with your graduation stories.
What was your graduation present?
Crazy graduation party stories.
Did one of your family members show up drunk and embarrass you?
Did you show up drunk for your graduation?
Show up drunk for the Radio from Hell show Thursday morning, X96. All right. I think we're good. Fine job as always, Katie. Live long and prosper, bitches.
I'm Big Beautiful Bill. Don't you know who I am?
Seafood City, I feel good.
You know who else feels good? Artie Fufkin is next.
A solid hour of 90